All right, we are live back. The NBA is back, as we were just saying, me and Jack, for people that are listening on audio, aka Fiona Apple Neck Tattoo. We were just saying sports are back. Sports are here. We can care about sports again. It feels good. Basketball's back. Football's up and running. The Phillies are in the NLCS starting tonight. We're loving it, folks.
I have an insane setup going right now. I have this on my laptop. I have the Sixers game on the TV, and I have another laptop so I can watch the Phillies game at the same time.
Let's get it. We have multiple laptops, televisions. I just want to say I'm going to add Will, the our new resident Nets fan. We have a few, but before we add him, I just want to say the Phillies song. Have you heard the Phillies song for the playoffs?
No, I have not.
The Dancing on My Own cover. First off, Dancing on My Own by Robin. Classic song.
Is that the Phillies playoff anthem this year?
Yeah. So Dancing on My Own, the original by Robin, the song from 10, 12 years ago. Amazing song. Great club. Huge in the LGBTQ community. In
an episode of Girls.
Is it? I didn't know that. Well, it fits that era very well. But the cover sounds like Maroon 5 made a Target commercial. It's one of the worst songs I've ever heard. Well, and it's the Phillies song.
No one in the MLB knows marketing. Every single team in the MLB has the worst marketing division of any team in sports.
Yes. Well, the thing is, apparently Kyle Schwarber is the guy that I think he was new to the. I don't follow baseball at all, so I do apologize for any information I get wrong. But I'm pretty sure is it Kyle Schwarber? Am I getting this right? You guys can tell me.
That is the name of a gentleman on the Phillies.
Okay, he's on the Phillies. Yeah, he was the one that brought it to the team. I'm going to add Will in here, but he was the one who brought it to the team. And I just have to say, it is a totally terrible, terrible song. And yes, see, as Ryan is saying, call out the remix, thank you. And he confirms the gays love Robin. So, I mean, it's just disrespectful to a classic song to make it sound like it. Listen to the remix, Jack. It literally sounds like an AI robot made it. And for some reason, everyone loves it. It's terrible.
Well, yeah, I'll throw it on over a commercial. We'll play it into the mic.
We'll get it copyrighted. We'll get taken down because Tiesto will strike it down because
the Phillies fans so economically selfish. I cannot handle another recession. And if the Phillies win the World Series, there's automatically a recession every single time.
I know that it happens. Apparently, every time they make it to the World Series,
it's 19. The Phillies World Series are 1929 and 1930. So there you go. That's obviously 1980.
Wait, what happened then?
And then 1980, and then 2008.
If you notice, we get Joe Biden in office. Notable Philadelphia sports fan.
Joe Biden, Eagles fan.
And I don't think he's rigging the MLB. I think that's just dumb luck. But I do think he's rigging the NFL. I do think Joe Biden is making calls through a game.
Yeah, he's got snipers on Cooper Rush during Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
he's got his wife there.
That weird Kyler slide where he slid short of the first down. That was all Joe, baby. He tricked them into thinking the first down marker was closer than.
Yeah. Our dementia-riddled president is rigging the NFL.
That's my new theory.
Yeah, he. I have to say that Will DM me the other night and was like, "Is Jill Biden cool?" And I was like, "I mean, I assume that all politicians are awful lizard people." But she seems nice.
I dated a girl who had her as a professor when Joe Biden was vice president, and she said she was a very good professor. So credit to Jill Biden.
There you go. Yeah,
taught a girl
which means she has to be a moral good person
and continue to. I didn't know she continued to be a professor while she was the second lady until I
think she was until recently.
Yeah, I think only when she became the first lady she stopped.
Okay, so speaking of Jill Biden,
like a respectable job.
Tyrese Maxey, how many points is he putting up a game this year? I'm trying to shift this back to basketball.
Speaking of Joe Biden, Let's talk about someone who has the opposite of going senile. Tyrese Maxey, who's still a child. How many points per game this year or tonight?
Oh, tonight I think he might actually have kind of a bad game. So let's say this year.
Well, okay, so
does Smart guard him well?
The Celtics, the games against the Celtics last year, he had 2 bad games. But the third Celtics game last year, everyone played terrible. That was the game where they came out and they fucking
Was that right after the Harden trade, but he wasn't playing yet?
Yeah.
That game.
They came out and within like a minute, like it was over. It was like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown both hit pull-up threes. The Sixers couldn't do anything on offense. It was over by the end of the first quarter. But Maxey did have one of his best games. If I remember, it was like last January. He had like a super efficient 25-point game, I think, against the Celtics. So it's hit or miss, but they don't have Robert Williams. I mean, Smart definitely guards him well, but I would imagine they'll put Smart on Harden tonight. So it'll probably be Jalen Brown or Derek White will be the guy that is mainly covering Maxey.
So just move off the ball. I think Jalen Brown's one of the most overrated defenders in basketball because he's just like so awful away from the ball that it invalidates like half of what he does well.
Well, it's easy. It's easy for the Celtics to cover it up because they have so many good defenders. But yeah, that's Maxey.
Their backup center is Noah Vonleh or the corpse of Blake Griffin. Like, because Rob's out so long now.
There because Gallo got hurt. That's right.
Rob is out like long. Like they were like, oh yeah, he hopefully will be available in the second half of the season. That's like a lot longer than what they said at first. Like this is getting more and more sus by the day.
Yeah, it seems like he's not going to be back until January or February now. And they said he had a procedure which was expected, which was just an injection. But Shams did say they're hoping that he's back by January or February. And I was like, hoping. But then again, you never know with this knee shit. You never know with the meniscus. It's like, look at Lonzo. Like sometimes they come back like Embiid, and then sometimes it's Lonzo.
Who plays a game first, Lonzo or Robert Williams?
Oh, definitely Robert Williams.
It sounds like Lonzo might be done for the year, dude.
It's Lonzo. It feels like Brandon Roy with Lonzo.
Yeah.
Like,
but they have new stuff. They should, like, medicine's gotten better since Brandon Roy. I don't want to lose Lonzo like this.
Bulls could be so bad.
Yeah, if Sam comes on tonight, we'll have to ask him about what's up with the Celtics knee-crushing factory. I mean, they just are like, just play. Don't worry about it.
It's better than the Sixers diarrhea kitchen. Remember when every player on the Sixers had a stomach virus every like 3 games?
Yeah, we've never tried to kill someone with food before, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That was look. He's out of the league now, and I feel
really bad. I feel bad. I know he's in the basketball tournament.
I agree with this comment. They should just do Grant Williams versus PJ Tucker and have those be the backup centers. But, like, it would be more fun if they match each other minute for minute perfectly.
Well, I would imagine that they're going to match Horford and Embiid's minutes tonight because they have no one else who can even pretend to hang with Embiid. So they're going to
go nuts. I think the Sixers are going to win pretty easily tonight.
You think who's going to win
the
easily?
Sixers. You know, like, it's early season Tatum, so he'll go, like, 5 for 18. And
I don't know.
Horford is old.
It does feel a little bit like early season Tatum is definitely a thing where he struggles early. But I will say it does feel a little bit to me like he's kind of gotten over that. Like he played well in the preseason when he wasn't yelling at the refs and getting ejected. He has the last 2 seasons he played, although they did play deep into the summer with the finals, obviously. But they had he played FIBA, then there was the weird year where there was like no off season, then he played in the Olympics. So like there's always been something where he's playing pretty deep into the offseason. Maybe the finals is that, but like June to October, like this was the first real offseason that a lot of the Celtics have had since then. I would be pretty surprised if Tatum's as bad as he's been in the first 2 months of the season. And as I've been saying to Pistons fans, they better hope that those Cade Cunningham, Jason Tatum draft night comps that we all made fun of are true because of the way that he starts. Do you remember that? Mike Schmitz, who is
I thought he was like I heard like some Ben Simmons with a jumper and like some SGA. Those are the 2 things I heard the most.
Those were the ones that I heard. I heard those, and then also the Luka Harden, like that he was.
Yeah, I heard that. I never heard Tatum.
On draft night, Mike Schmidt said Chris Middleton is his floor and his ceiling is Jason Tatum, and I was like, these are just very different players.
Point guards.
Yeah, like very different players.
He plays nothing like that. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck is he saying?
I like Mike Schmidt. I think he's a really good draft guy. I was just the consensus opinions on him were kind of all over the place, but we do need to talk about this. Hold on one second. So Draymond, can someone check?
I was supposed to defend Draymond on this podcast. Then he went.
So why do you love abusers? Perry.
Draymond, the basketball player. They're just like, oh yeah, they'll just pay Poole and pay Wiggins, and Draymond's old, and they'll be good. Like, when have they ever shown any ability to not suck defensively without Draymond? Like, they're always awful defensively when he's not in the game.
And now that Clay is not Clay.
Yeah, Clay's not good on defense anymore.
Yeah.
He's like average at best.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I mean, we've said it before. I would move on from Clay. Before this, it was an easy like, oh yeah, you just move on from Clay, who's expiring and not nearly as competent on at least like he's going to bring something to the floor, but he doesn't have the same impact Draymond has. I would definitely consider that. But now with this whole thing, it adds another wrinkle. Did you guys watch the pregame thing?
Where it was weird. It was like weird, gaslighting stuff. It was like, wow, that must have sucked for your family. Like, what the hell was that?
They didn't talk about it. Like, they didn't really address it head on. The only person that did was Charles Barkley, of course. But they didn't really address it head on in the documentary. The music and they were asked Draymond what he thought of the reaction from the media and from people in general. He's like, I don't really pay attention to that. I don't go on Twitter or Instagram. And it's like, you do. We've seen you reply to things on Twitter before. Like, you definitely do. And then he was like, I really just spent time with my family. And they showed him with his kids. And I was like,
it was so weird. I only saw little bits of it.
And then Steve Kerr was like, we're going to handle this in-house. There's the music that was playing would make you think that he murdered Jordan Poole. Like, it really felt like he killed him. He killed him in front of his family.
We're going to handle this in-house by making a documentary for the entire world.
We'll handle this internally as a team by getting Draymond's podcast more listeners.
We'll get Happy Parm. The Yankees are going to win in they need 2 more outs, and then they're up 4 runs.
Parm's going to be pumped.
We'll get a Happy Parm.
He was only coming on if they won, so I'm glad.
Well, I mean, I like him, and I'm glad he'll be here, but I will not admit that I'm glad the Yankees are winning any baseball game.
Oh, I'm rooting for the Astros. Root for the villains. Embrace the bad guy role. Like, they're also like the best team left, so they're like, yeah, they'll be a pretty heavy favorite from this point on.
This was the weirdest side of it. He said in the documentary, he said, yeah, I punched Poole, but look at the upside. He basically said it like this, Jack. He said, the whole world saw a very vulnerable, weak moment, one of my worst moments from me, where I punched him in the face. But look at the upside of this. And then I'm like, what upside do you get from punching your teammate in the face? Like, it can't get any worse is essentially what he was trying to say. But also, are you talking about a draft prospect? What the fuck are you talking about? You socked a teammate in the face in front of the whole team, knocked him out.
It's like they go full Nate Duncan brain on it, and it's like, and if Poole has to miss games, then we can apply for a disabled player exception, and that will reduce the luxury tax bill. So then we can
really serious upside for the business end.
Yeah.
This good point, Miles Johnson. Once again, Zach Lowe told the Warriors told him not to podcast about it, and he made an entire docuseries.
Zach Lowe's become a parody of himself. He's like, I say the OG Anunoby's breakout. It's coming every year. You know what? I'm quadrupling down. This is awful.
What is this?
I didn't see that part. I only saw clips on Twitter. I didn't watch it.
The pivot to making it about a mental health counseling. Oh
God, imagine being Draymond's therapist. That's gotta be a thankless job. No offense, but
Draymond, yeah. Draymond is a psycho.
he would be like, if I worked on my anger, I wouldn't be a good basketball player. Like, he would
but Russillo said this.
Of course he did.
Where he was like, these guys that are like second round picks, they're like, they fight their way into the league. The Patrick Beverleys, the Draymond Greens, those kind of guys. They're like, well, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my mentality and my approach to the game and life. So they kind of excuse knocking your teammate out and all this insane behavior that they do. I mean, like,
Joe Harris just constantly getting in fights because he's got that second round pick mentality.
That's right.
I mean, sure, but on the other hand, Jokic tried to break a man in half.
True. Yeah.
Jokic's brothers are the scariest, like, looking humans I think I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. And then they just made that weird Twitter just to react to that fight, like, we will beat the shit out of you. And
we're gonna have to mute Mike. We're gonna have to mute Will's mic so that we don't get them in the comments yelling at us in all caps.
oh, don't worry. I've already made. I'm already.
I will kill. I will kill again. I have killed and I will kill again in all caps. Thank you, Jokic's brothers.
Jokic brothers, I'm on your side. It's okay.
Who do you think wins in a? Who do you think wins in a fight? No, not in a fight. That's an easy one. I'm trying to find a fight between Anna Horford and the Jokic brothers.
Oh my god, Anna Horford is like unbearable.
A verbal fight or a
physical
fight? Yeah. That's over. It's also something we shouldn't condone on a podcast.
Anna Horford is loved because she's an adult woman who moves with her brother.
It rocks so hard.
Because Al is like 37. Like, she's not even like. If she was like 23, like, it would be a little weird, but like maybe she's got to be in her 30s, right?
Their whole family travels. Josh Horford, Anna Horford, the whole. I mean, he has his. Al Horford has his own economy.
Basically, got an entourage.
He's creating jobs. Al Horford.
I would murder to watch Al Horford Entourage.
Let's go. Al Horford Entourage, the most boring entourage you could ever imagine.
I hate Anna Horford and the fact that he's on the Celtics. Al Horford is probably my favorite center of all time. So the fact that the Yankees just won. I like nerdy players like Boris Diaw, definitely my favorite power forward of all time.
Get out of here.
You favorite center?
No bag.
Al Horford. That's disgusting. That's
who the fuck would it be for like Brooke Lopez? Like,
Shaq? I don't know.
I was too young for Shaq. Cool. I only really remember old Shaq.
You're never too young for Shaq.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I like Shaq the vibes, but like,
I mean, you definitely didn't grow up in a good center era, for sure.
Yeah,
the
like
center era.
When I started watching basketball, like,
it was like
Dwight Howard, the tail end of Dwight Howard, and then it was like the dark age where it was like Andrew Bynum, like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, I got lucky. I had the power forward era. Like, when I was into basketball, it was like Duncan, Dirk, KG,
Chris Webber,
that whole generation.
Yeah, that was a really good stretch for power forwards from Jermaine O'Neal. There was like a 7 or 8 year stretch in like the early 2000s where it was just like insane power. I mean, if you look at some of those years, like, some of the best players of all time didn't make all NBA teams because of the positional shit.
It was really stupid. Yeah. Like, it probably hurt Chris Webber the most.
For sure. He had like 4 or 5 all NBA teams, which is like...
He was like a top 10 player for a lot of years.
He was towards the bottom half of that top 10, but he was still like a really good player for years and years and years. And then he got traded to the Sixers and he was fucking cooked. Unfortunately, he actually had one of the weirder careers. If you go back, did you know that so I only know this because I'm obsessed with like all those videos that SB Nation does, like Rewinder and Beef History.
I used to love those.
Dude, he got traded, he only played 1 year for the Golden State Warriors after they drafted him, and then he forced a trade after his rookie season because of the contract that he had signed. He basically made the rookie scale contract wouldn't exist if it weren't for Chris Webber, because he signed this contract with them, and then it was miserable the whole year. Don Nelson and him hated each other. And then a year later, he forced a trade and got traded to the Washington Bullets for Tom Gugliotta and like some random dudes.
That's a good one.
a weird time.
Yeah.
Very weird time.
Fab Five legends, Jawan and Chris Webber on those Bullets teams. Kind of ahead of their time. Like, I feel like if that duo was like modernized, like they would have been better shooters because they were kind of like perimeter oriented, both of them.
Well, someone was posting clips of Chris Webber the other day, and he was kind of like he's obviously not as good as Jokic, but like he kind of had a little bit of like Jokic to his game, like in terms of like for a big that could like pass, play, make off the dribble, had a good mid-range game. Like you could build around a guy like that back then.
Thanks, Jonathan. Al Horford is your favorite center. Is the human centipede of NBA takes.
Yeah, Sixers fans really don't like Al Horford, which is funny.
The only like not nerd one would be LeBron. Like my all-time favorite. It goes Conley, Ray Allen, and then LeBron, Boris Diaw, and
okay, Ray Allen, that's fine. You didn't even get to see good Ray Allen, too, by the way. Not that he was bad at the end, but like
I mostly saw
Ray Allen was a beast. Like, yeah.
Like the first year I watched like really closely was LeBron's last year in Cleveland the first time. So like 09.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah,
he was still really good.
He was still really good, but like early career Ray Allen was like
yeah,
I mean, he was the best player on a conference finals team.
Yeah.
Like he was, and honestly, they probably should have beat us and made it to the finals.
Yeah,
they were much better than us.
Yeah, Jalen Brown addressing the court over Tatum.
Wait, what's that?
It's nuts they're letting Jalen Brown give the Bill Russell speech because you know he wants to say like this is what happens when you get the vaccine.
Yeah, no, there's some Kyrie crumbs still going on with Jalen Brown. You know?
Let's go.
Just walking out and being like, I heard Bill Russell got his third booster a week before it happened.
I'm just saying he was doing commercials. Also, have you watched any of my man? I'm signed to Donda Sports, as everyone knows. Have you watched any of my friend Kanye's interviews recently?
I've decided to I muted him. I'm not keeping up. I'm out.
No. Fuck Kanye. But
I paid a lot of money to go see Kanye, and then years ago. Show up.
What year was that?
I was at Rolling Loud this summer. I bought my ticket, and then he canceled like 4 days before.
Oh, and Cuddy ended up replacing him, right?
And then he showed up opposite Cuddy. He like came out during Lil Durk's set while Cuddy was on stage, so people would leave Cuddy to like go see him.
What a piece of shit!
But I just have said the screen. I don't even know who said it, but the screen just said no player has hooped ever like Bill Russell. But I don't think that's true because he wasn't called on top 75 players.
He was an honorable mention. So
you know,
don't forget that.
Jamal Crawford. Oh yeah, Bill Russell. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Only top 80.
That's right. That's absolutely
top 85
right.
Maybe.
Okay, so Jalen Brown. So Will, you don't want to talk too much shit on Jalen Brown because he's going to end up being on your team.
He's going to be a Brooklyn Net. He just like can't dribble at all, and it's like not good. Like those people who are like, oh, Brown and Tatum are like that is like Tatum is so much better than Brown.
He is.
Like it's they like. Like Jalen Brown cannot dribble a basketball, and I was a Tatum hater for a long time. But
he inspired one of the biggest bits that we had recently, which is shut up and learn how to dribble, Jalen.
Jalen, I feel like wasn't his whole thing that he was supposed to be like an incredible defender next to Tatum, and now Tatum is also just kind of better at defense.
He's way better because he's so bad off ball. That's like he's pretty good on ball, and like he's obviously got like the perfect NBA defender frame.
He looks like such an elite defender, and he is a very good defender on the ball. And because the Celtics have so many good team defenders, Al Horford, Robert Williams, Tatum, Smart, it doesn't really matter as much on the Celtics, but it definitely will be interesting to see how they look without Robert Williams. Although Sam is convinced that it's the offense that really struggles without Robert Williams as opposed to the defense. We'll see. We'll see how Grant Williams fills in if he's starting or Derek White. They're also both good defenders. Malcolm Brogdon's the one guy where I'm like, is he still a good defender or are we just going based on his old reputation?
I feel like Brogdon will have some Nick Batum where like he's probably been selling defensively for like a couple years, but like we'll just start trying again.
All of a sudden, he'll just be like, "Oh, I care now."
I still think like they're gonna have 5 out offense always, right? They don't play a single non-shooter if Rob's out, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, well, Derek White, but like but he apparently has been better.
Yeah, that was weird. Right. He had a great shooting year.
What jersey are you wearing?
Paul Pierce, Washington.
They had that game winner in the playoffs.
Let's go. Good luck.
I wear it day one of every NBA season. It's my good luck charm because nothing says I love all basketball like loving Paul Pierce.
I mean, it's probably been given away, but I absolutely had a Brooklyn Nets Paul Pierce, like not a jersey, but like a jersey thing.
I was,
I definitely wore that.
I was very drunk when he hit that game winner in the playoffs, and I was like, he's going to be on the Wizards forever. And then he left 3 weeks after I bought this jersey.
So who was that game winner against?
Hawks, maybe. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't even remember
about right.
Because it was
one. It was a buzzer beater.
Man, that was a dark time for the Eastern Conference.
He hit a bank shot, and the reporter.
Yeah, it was versus the Hawks. It was versus the Hawks, and it was game 3, and the series was 1-1. So it was a big shot.
It's the equivalent of the Rob Lowe wearing the NFL hat.
No, I have one of those jackets with every NBA team on it, like the patches.
Let's go.
Oh, those are cool.
I love all basketball.
Yeah, you gotta. Someone just said in response to my Jordan Poole tweet about Draymond, it's felt like he killed him. Someone said death of an extension, folks.
Draymond, is he a free agent next summer?
So I guess he has 2 years left, but he has a player option on the second year, I think. Yeah, I believe that is the deal.
Yeah, he is out of there.
But like I do like I'm very pro Draymond. Like I'm not one of those haters who's like, oh, he wouldn't be that good on another
violence.
Team. But like,
I love Draymond. I just don't
like
think
the player. But like, is he getting
money.
$28 million from another team next
Probably not.
summer? Like,
I don't
know the cap space next summer.
You don't think the Sacramento Kings will give $30 million to Draymond Green?
Draymond's not going to play for the Kings, though.
Yeah, he would phone it in so hard. He would take the bag and be like,
he's only going to go to a
level of games.
The Lakers could have cap space. That's the one wrinkle in all of this, is that if the Lakers have cap space and they pay him that, he'll definitely go to the Lakers.
Yeah, he would do that.
Yeah, but who will still be there? I guess LeBron,
AD, and him. Like, that would be like, and once again, I don't even love that because I think defensively they'd be amazing, but offensively that would be a weird fit. I mean, very
would just be Russ, but with better passing.
Russ with better passing, yeah, but I mean, just defensively,
their defense would be insane.
Yeah, true.
It would basically be we have the best defense in the NBA and LeBron. I think that's the path.
Yeah, exactly. Which has worked in the past. So
it's
basically how they won the title with the Lakers the first time.
I used to watch a lot more like NBA YouTube videos, so I still get them recommended sometimes. And I saw one today from this guy who makes videos like all the time, and it was like in all caps: the Lakers are already a disaster.
Are already a what?
A disaster. All caps.
Yeah,
it's like
they're not. Thomas Bryant's out now.
One game. He was like, I think he might have been their 4th best player. Right?
Dennis Schroeder is out now.
Yeah, because like Pat Bev is their 3rd best player, like easily in my opinion.
Obviously, yeah.
And then I think it was if Bryant was his old self, like he was a useful offensive center.
Sure. Yeah, he was probably Yeah.
Like now it's like
without Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant, it's probably like Lonnie Walker or Juan Toscano Anderson.
All of these
I don't think Schroeder's good, but I also think everyone on the Lakers sucks.
That's the thing with the Lakers. I don't get thinking the Lakers are going to be a play-in team. I think they're
going to miss it again.
I think that I had them as the 9 or the 10 seed. I can't remember, but I really just think it comes down to so they're definitely not good at all. And I've been saying this all offseason.
But the other thing is they're also not going to be healthy. They're bad.
I actually think Sacramento has a chance to get up to 9 because it's Sacramento, Portland, and the Lakers, right?
Those are the 3 teams that are going to be battling for that.
That's 9, 10, 11 in some order. But I would say I'm probably the most the Kings have the highest floor of those.
But also keep in mind there always is one team that has really bad injuries. Like last year,
the Lakers.
But what I'm saying here is that last year we didn't go into the season saying the Blazers and the Lakers were going to miss the play-in, and they both did. Yeah. Like it just happens every season. Like Luka Doncic has one injury and the Mavs are maybe out of the play-in. Like that's what I'm trying to say here is like there's going to be one injury that we can't see coming. So if that is the case and the Blazers and the Lakers don't have awful injury luck, they could still make the play-in. Like it just happens every single year where a team and like maybe it's going to be hard to fall to that 11 seed just because like 12 through 15 are going to be tanking.
Yeah, and tanking's so hard.
Yeah, and tanking is like there's like 5 teams in the league that are willing to tank this year.
I'm excited.
And 4 of them are in the West.
I'm excited to watch Pop tank. Pop tanking is going to be so wonderful.
They had to make the roster so bad so that he had to do it. Like,
yeah, I mean, their primary ball handler is Trey Jones. It's pretty horrific.
Then he went to press day and was like, yeah, we're going to lose a lot of games.
He's like,
he's like, I would not bet on us to win the championship.
They had to make the roster bad. He's the president of the team. He made the roster bad.
Well, RC
Buford, right?
Yeah, RC Buford is the guy who actually does everything. No, but he doesn't Buford handles everything.
Gotcha. I figured everything went through Pop at least.
I think Pop kind of stopped caring. I don't think Pop's really been the guy since the Kawhi thing is the kind of the feeling that I get.
Yeah. Either way, it rocks that he's just gonna lose. He's like, whatever. I already have all these wins.
I thought he was.
Put it like this: do you think Pop would trade DeJounte Murray after last year? Because I don't, but I think a smart GM would have.
Yeah, I'm a
like
DeJounte
smart enough
hater.
to trust him. Yeah.
Because like DeJounte is the kind of guy that like coaches tries really hard on defense, gets better every year, still young enough. Like I'm not like a DeJounte guy at all either, and I definitely would have traded him for 3 first-round picks after last year, but a coach would not have. Is my point here.
Yeah.
That's a GM move.
Heliocentric basketball with Keldon Johnson sounds fantastic.
This is literally Mark Schindler is going to be the only one that watches a single game of that.
I actually said, like I said,
maybe Parm.
I looked at all the rookie extensions like in a list, and I think Keldon's was probably the best value. He and Clark would be like the 2 best value ones.
Nothing, right? He's making what, 13 million?
Clark is 13 a year. Keldon is 20 a year. But Keldon's
20 a year for Keldon? I don't think Keldon's that good. I think Keldon is just a wing, and I think that everyone loves wings.
But like he's fine. He's 6'7". He's 6'7"
Sure.
wing. Everybody loves, and he's like he shot like 40% 2 years in a row.
Okay, fine.
He's gotten better every year.
Time I watched him, he's just been
I'll be
a player to me. He's fine
on Sunday, so I'll give a little Keldon Johnson review. I'll DM each of you.
All right, sounds good. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm saying like it's positional value more than anything else. Yeah,
but I think Clark.
Is Keldon good though? Like, name one thing that Keldon does well except for shooting. He's not that good of a defender.
He gets to the line, and his defense. Like, if his defense gets to be like, it's not like bad, but it's you're right. It's
he's fine, but like also at the same time, I think the fact that he was drafted a little bit later.
He was like Maxey, like a top 10 recruit who had a rough year.
He should have been drafted higher. Because honestly, just due to because if you hit on a wing, you're set. Like that's like DeAndre Hunter got overpaid DeAndre Hunter got overpaid, and like, is there a massive difference in terms of level of player between Keldon Johnson and DeAndre Hunter right now? Probably not. And like,
I would say if anything, this second, I might say Keldon's better. But I actually have a note.
He's also younger too.
Hunter is old, and Keldon's like 21. If you put because I'm a calculator boy, so I like to put like b-ball reference side by side, guys. Like if you put Keldon and RJ side by side, they're the same size, the same age.
Yeah,
and like one's better and got 50%.
One was drafted third, and one went in the late first.
Like who gives a crap about like I know you talk about this all the time.
I hate it.
My DeAndre Hunter, like I was really in on DeAndre Hunter early in the empty gym year, like the 2020.
Sure.
His true shooting was like in the 60s.
I got fooled. He was really good from mid range. All right, the game has started, by the way.
Yeah, I think DeAndre Hunter has like a little bit of Karis LeVert going on, where he's really a lot older than everybody seems to think he is, and he'll have like 10, 15 games where he looks like really good, and everyone's like, "Here it is, it's
yeah, exactly."
And then he gets hurt. And then he misses a bunch of time, and then he is bad when he first comes back from injury, and the cycle repeats. It reminds me a lot of the LeVert stuff.
Yeah, it's a little LeVert-ish for sure. But
Eric White
Sam, We are now enemies. The Sixers and the Celtics are playing. So,
really quick, why did they face app Derek White like Carissa Gingrich in his like team photo?
They gave him. He's been the most face-tuned Celtic of all time.
I was gonna say he has.
I don't know if it's because his hairline is really high.
Yeah. I don't know why, but he photographs terribly, Derek White. Like, he had a photo last year where he looked like a 90-year-old man that went viral, like a team photo again.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like he was from a horror movie.
Ooh, is Tatum guarding Harden? Is he the primary guy for Harden?
I don't know.
That would be a good sicko move that I would very much because
Tatum made his first shot of the season. He's breaking records here.
MVP Tatum.
Yeah,
exactly. I love being 3 seconds behind.
Oh yeah.
You're more than I have it on the TV, so I got it live.
Well, I'm throwing up because Maxey hasn't even touched the ball, so
yeah, it's been Tobias getting touches away from Maxey.
Well, I think that they're giving it to Tobias because they're like they'll never anticipate us giving Tobias Harris the ball.
Ooh. Well, they're the Celtics also are going to guard so that Tobias gets the ball. Like I always like in the Nets Discord, I always say this. Like they're always like, "Oh, the big lumbering centers always kill us," but it's like they do that on purpose because like low post offense is like inefficient.
Not as efficient compared.
So like the Nets this is more like in the Atkinson era when they were more analytical.
Wow.
Well, how far behind am I? Wait, did Sam just drop out?
And just screamed and quit.
Sam just had to quit. He's so happy.
He rage quit.
Tatum has had pretty much a perfect start, so I don't know what he'd be mad about.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Just that excited.
No, I think he was excited screaming for what it's worth. I think he was going sicko mode, as the kids said.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, we'll see if he comes back or if that's it. All right, now Maxey got a touch. Oh, that was okay. It was probably because of the block.
Oh yeah, he's like I would say inappropriate things. No, but because he left before that because I have it like perfectly live.
Okay, gotcha.
That was
I'm probably 5 seconds behind. Yeah, no. Maxey getting blocked by Tatum is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, by the way. All right, no more Tobias Harris post-ups. I'm good on that ever again. No more. No need for it.
I feel bad for Tobias sometimes. He just gets so much shit. Like it's not his fault that they were willing to give him too much. Like
Sixers Sam is here, folks. Sam, not a good start for our boy Tyrese.
Yeah, no, this is I'm an ironic Sixers fan, so if you see me fist pumping when the Celtics score, that's just because
I'm doing a bit. Yeah.
12-dimensional chess. Oh my goodness.
Sam, are you what just happened in your stream? Is my question?
Embiid just smashed the shit.
Okay, all right. So you're a little bit behind where I am. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's behind. That's a good thing.
And Will is even further ahead because he has cable, and unlike us broke boys. And Al Horford smoked the layup. Sorry, well, I'll stop ruining it. But
don't worry, I am a broke boy. I just have to live with my parents. I'm such a broke boy, so don't worry. They have cable.
That's king in the castle.
Every
castle needs a prince.
Oh my God! Disaster start for the Sixers. Holy shit.
Honestly, yeah.
This is what we always do, though. Just fucking.
I am going to be a
big
true
games.
basketball sicko because I'm only remote right now. So I'm going to, I'm going to live with my brother who's in Orlando for a couple weeks, and we have multiple tickets to the Orlando Magic games because my brother's like, they pay you to go. It's like literally like $2 tickets, and I'm like, Paolo and Franz for $2 sounds good.
That actually sounds great.
Yeah, like nobody goes. You get to like move up to the front apparently. Like it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah,
I'm very Orlando Magic kills. I think I really think they have a chance to be like a 9-10 because their defense is going to be so good.
They're
going to be. I might need to tap out. I think my thing is.
No, you're good.
I think this is too much bandwidth for my. I'm going to have to figure this out for next time.
No, you're good. You're good.
Technical
See you
difficulties.
Later. Yeah. No, maybe if you leave, the Sixers will come back. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm cursing our Sixers.
Known Sixers fan, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for sacrificing for the team.
So James Harden looks exactly the same.
Well, I mean, this is what we did. You watch preseason? He looked.
No, yeah, I said that. Like there were people on Twitter being like, "Harden he's got some of that burst back." I was like,
In the last game, he looked better, but in the first 3, he looked like the same exact guy from last year.
Sorry, I'm trying to get. I have TNT, and the TNT app isn't working.
Oh, it's the worst app ever created. It's so bad.
At school, it's awful.
It's total dog shit.
So
Embiid missed a foul shot. Trill. This guy is washed.
I know.
Maxey is the best player on the Sixers.
Embiid is not building upon his MVP narrative early enough for my liking.
Well, I said it's going to take the Sixers a little bit of time because the starters did not look good in preseason. I kept saying that.
I honestly, the Sixers. I mean, the only time I watched them in their entirety was when they humiliated the Nets. That was mostly bench guys and then Maxey.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say it was basically all Maxey. And now we're just like, you know what? Maxey doesn't touch the ball. We're just going to let Harden. Did he just draw? Oh my God.
I misunderstood what happened because I thought that's there too. But completely. Did they say he kicked out? Is that? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what the foul was there.
I always like when Harden, because like when I started the coping in the beginning.
Oh, it was landing. Oh no. Horford was in his landing space there actually. Did Harden actually get hurt though, or was that a fake Harden thing where he does that?
It seems like he's fine.
Yeah, it was probably just like I need to sell this.
I always said the thing with Harden in terms of like watching how he's trending is his number of 2-pointers made, because the threes kind of always stayed the same. Just some nights they went inside the but it's always the twos. Like
the finishing around the rim is really what has fell off a cliff.
Whoa, did we just get bot rated? Yes.
We're getting bot rated in the comments. Let's go.
Tinder
Tinder dating. Let's go. Best adult dating site.
By the way, I know that a lot of single women listen to You Know Ball.
Yeah. Actually, 3% of our listeners are women. So.
If you want to, I would guess less.
Jack, single.
But look on the bright side. That means you're not going to get a phone call from your girlfriend, and that you're going to have to decline that. You're not
Bobby Marks style.
Bobby Marks, yeah. That was.
I'll never have to be.
I laughed at that video so much.
Brian Windhorst in Greece with his wife losing. Was that Brian Windhorst?
Yeah, it was the Kyrie trade to Boston, if I remember correctly.
It's like, I don't know what's happening because
I still think, by the way, the greatest NBA player tweet of all time is when Paul Pierce tweeted a picture of the spaceship emoji. Because he didn't know
please send the link of this.
Because he didn't know how to type emojis out, but all the other guys on the Clippers were tweeting an emoji, and he wanted to.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up on the screen. Hold on.
I know it's a very cliche answer, but I'm still very pro Durant Scarlett Johansson tweet from like 2009.
The best Durant tweet is you ever
the bathwater one.
You ever?
I will drink their bathwater.
Hold on.
I think they gave it to Harden. Yeah, they did.
They just gave that foul to Harden?
No, like Harden got the call he wanted.
So it was a flagrant.
Yeah.
Because of the landing space.
Because the landing, the Zaza rule, yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, look.
So is it 3 shots plus the ball?
I believe so, yes. We are the free throw merchants, baby. Let's go.
It was like those first couple games, like that game against it was at MSG. I watched it. That game was unwatchable. They took like 40 it was pretty rough.
There it is. I just pulled it up on the screen. The Paul Pierce emoji tweet. Amazing. He literally just tweeted a photo of the rocket ship. Let's go. Let's go, Paul Pierce. He's sitting right behind Doc on the sideline, by the way. I don't know if you see that.
Nice.
Yeah. He's there. He's a media member actively cheering for the Celtics. But I don't even think he got fired for being a pimp, remember?
Yeah, for chilling, for hanging out with women, which I didn't know was illegal. I didn't know that was wrong.
You can't hang out with women that are just dancing for entertainment purposes, which is weird. Why is Parm in the comments? Parm, why aren't you in here? I sent you the link. Why does Sam Van Gundy pronounce China the same way Donald Trump does China? How does he say it?
Proud leftist.
How does Trump say it?
Van Gundy.
Yeah, Actually, leftist pimp Stan Van Gundy. That's absolutely right.
Why does Derek White start? Man?
Our hero
sucks.
So if we are keeping track here, the Sixers have 6 points, the Celtics have 9 points, and the Sixers have got and the Sixers have got 6 of their points on free throws. There are 3 of their points, 4 of their points on free throws. They've scored.
I was going to say, I think they made one basket.
One actual basket so far. So we are really leaning into the bit here.
Oh no, I was wrong when I said Tatum was on Harden. It's smart.
They're giving Harden body issues on national television.
Yeah, and it's so dumb. Like he's transformed, and all the different is the beard is a little trimmed. Like the thing
he
from
looks
2020.
like 20 pounds thinner.
No, like it's a smart beard trim, but if you actually look like the body parts,
it's like every other day he looks like he has gained or gained or lost 20 pounds. It's amazing. He
should have a food blog. He should have like a food Twitter, like an alt where he like tweets his meals.
Oh, that was very obviously a backcourt violation on PJ Tucker, by the way.
Yeah, I thought so too. I like Tatum on Harden. I think that's like a good sicko move. Like Noah Vonleh is in over Blake, so there's your backup 5.
Oh, Al Horford's already in foul trouble then.
Probably, yeah. He must have picked up a second foul because he had the one on Harden. And
then, we might have to pull up a classic tweet then. Hold on, 1 second. I'm pulling up a classic tweet that many people might remember here.
Oh,
and then I know he's an asshole, but there's just no way that Hassan Whiteside is not better than Noah Vonleh. Like,
no, 100%.
I don't understand why Hassan Whiteside is unemployed. Like, he's good. Like, he's like a good backup center.
Yeah, he's a fine backup center. It doesn't really make any sense to me that he isn't.
Noah Vonleh is not an NBA player.
But Whiteside is like a terrible chemistry guy too. Like Whiteside is like a locker room nightmare. Isn't he?
That's what it seems like. Why are we giving Jason Tatum wide open threes? I know he missed it, but Jesus Christ.
It's October Tatum. I'm telling you. You got tricked by that one shot. But
yeah, it's not good.
Smart just blew by Harden so easily.
Well, yeah, I mean, Harden's defense, not his strong suit. Hold on.
I don't understand why he doesn't start on a big. Like, put Harden on Vonleh. Like, what the fuck is Vonleh going to do against it? Like, nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess they would just set screens, but like, I would always put him on a bigger person.
Tobias.
Yeah,
Shooting without any hesitation.
Tobias, like if this is the first NBA game you've ever watched, do you think Tobias Harris is the Sixers' best player?
Honestly, that's so probably true. Wouldn't shock me if that's on purpose. That's not for you.
Yeah, Tobias Harris, as we all know, Tobias Harris, Celtics killer. He famously shot like 19% from the field against them in the playoffs.
The true sicko move is Morey is forcing Doc to run things through Tobias to inflate his trade value for whatever the next star requests to trade.
And it's funny because I was like, Tobias just doesn't make any sense on this team, but now I'm thinking he actually might be the MVP.
Don't worry, your boy's getting going.
Tobias, you need to remember is that he's the son Doc Rivers always wishes he'd had. And if you view him through that lens,
exactly. That's why he loves Maxey and Tobias, dude. Because they're the ones that he wish Austin was.
He gave up on Austin and
it's Noah Vonleh's about to get teed up. You've been out of the league for like 4 years. You cannot be doing.
It's making a comeback, dude. Come on. All right, hold on. I need to pull up a classic tweet related to Noah Vonleh and share screen window.
I played against his younger brother.
Hold on. Who? Noah Vonleh?
Yeah, he was at. I remember him being at a couple games. And like, I was literally like 12.
You played against him? I would imagine that did not end well for you. You played against how tall?
He was small.
Oh, okay.
He was the NBA player who I was saying this to my friend, and he was very much in the news the other day. Who I played against and was bad, like when I was small, is Booknight. Booknight he came off the bench for like his middle school team.
Well, Booknight's never been good, so I'm not really surprised.
He was still a lottery pick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I mean he was a good enough college player that he should have destroyed whoever he was playing when he was young. Yeah,
but he sucked ass. Like he must have like started playing late. Because like I remember him being like we played against him a bunch and he was like really athletic but just sucked.
Yeah.
So he probably just started playing basketball like later than most people do.
Well, I'm convinced that he got drafted in the lottery because he generally resembled Zach LaVine. Like he just kind of looked like Zach LaVine when he played. All right, here it is. Here's my classic tweet I wanted to bring.
Wait, I didn't. Hold on.
Elliott Shore-Parks. One prospect.
I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
If I were the Sixers, I would take Noah Vonleh over Joel Embiid.
Vonleh wasn't even good. I think he went to Indiana.
Correct. If you watch that draft, Bill Simmons is like,
sucked.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not really sold on this guy. Like everyone that was drafted ahead of him, Julius Randle, Marcus Smart, Joel Embiid, Andrew Wiggins, they were all like, yeah, they're probably going to be pretty good. The mystery box guy was Dante Exum. And,
I was Exum pilled for like.
Yeah, I like Exum too because I just wanted the Sixers to get a point guard. Also, Chad Ford famously compared him to Kobe Bryant, so a little bit different.
Yeah, but Book Night got a lot of pre-draft, like because I'm looking at the draft right now because I was trying to remember the exact order, and like there was the big drop off after 5, right? It was like, and then I remember like people were like, could Book Night go 6th overall? And like,
did
he play at all last year? Like I remember seeing him like one time. Like was he even? I thought he was healthy. Like
Presti put that out there into the media to try to get people to think that he wanted him, but he really wanted Giddy. Like those were he tried to move up to get Mobley, and when he couldn't move up to get Mobley, he was like, all right, we're going to take Giddy. And then Book Night was rumored that Orlando Magic liked him, but they really like Franz and Suggs. And then the Oklahoma City Thunder really liked Giddy. So it was all just fake. Like I personally, I never thought he should have been a top 10. I was not a big Book Night guy. I didn't follow the draft a ton that year, but but like if you watched his college stuff, like he wasn't super efficient as a scorer, even as a sophomore in college. Parm liked Book Night a lot.
I was gonna say, why haven't we seen Parm?
There he is.
Well, Parm loves irresponsible gun ownership and drunk driving. So
Josh, the great debate between Josh Giddy and LaMelo Ball, two equally good prospects. I think Giddy kind of sucks. Like I don't understand why people hype him up. Like all he's good at is passing.
He's really good at passing. He's not a particularly good scorer. He's not a particularly
bad on
good defender.
Those are like the two most important things: scoring and defense.
If you're not, if you can't shooting and defense, if he's not a shooter or defender, then how can he play?
But it's not like he's some great rim finisher. Like he's not even that. Like he's bad at a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess they just see like the passing, and it's a lot of young prospects that are good passers and playmakers get a ton of credit. Because that's one area of your game where he's so advanced in that regard, but like. I know we've said it before. It's like, could he just be like Ricky Rubio with worse defense?
Yeah, and that's not like the worst player of all time, but that's bad for
the
6th pick.
Yeah, it's not.
Especially when like Franz was right there.
Yeah, and I mean, it more of a different kind of player, but I wasn't ever a really big Kuminga guy, as Parm knows. Okay.
I get told all the time on Twitter that Kuminga has more upside than Franz. And it's just like all he can do is jump. And NBA fans just are like, jump high equals upside. It's like,
correct.
You have to like be good at basketball.
It's athleticism equals upside. That is like the thing, but people don't realize that Franz is actually pretty athletic. Like that's
and is good at basketball.
Yeah, he's very
Derek Jones is athletic.
Exactly. People didn't. By the way, people didn't think rookie Jokic had a ton of upside because he wasn't super athletic. Like guys who are really good at basketball, they have the most upside. Tyrese Halliburton might not be the most athletic guy in the world, but he has a ton of upside because he's really fucking good. Like. Speaking of Tyrese, better sadly. Steal, draws the foul. We're cooking now. How are the Sixers winning is my question.
Yeah, the Celtics offense
and bias
suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best player on the Sixers, Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is why they're winning.
Wait, did they they got a take foul. I was like, why is Harden at the line? That's the first take foul of the NBA.
Yeah.
Right?
I've been watching Vonleh because I'm confused why he's in the NBA, and I am even more confused why he's still in the NBA because he is horrific.
Yes.
Like he is the corpse of Blake Griffin might be better than this.
Exactly.
I like how Harden's teaching everyone to scam.
He's already he taught Maxey how to scam in record time. He got here in February,
teaching the ways,
just teaching them how to
scam. Imagine like Harden taking Maxey aside and just doing facial expressions. He's like, "Here's how you've got to look when you make contact."
He's like acting like he's the Fielder method, Nathan Fielder.
Exactly.
He makes him take Kevin Spacey's masterclass.
Yeah, run.
Yeah. You can take master class for Steph Curry for shooting and James Harden for learning how to draw fouls.
Wait, was Embiid in the game? Embiid was in the game. Just he's barely touching the ball.
Wow, that was great ball movement. I know that Tobias missed the shot, but holy shit, that was great ball movement.
But am I crazy? Like Joel's barely I feel like he's not been involved at all.
No, I think they're trying to figure out ways around it because they've been denying the entry pass. Mm-hmm. Oh no, they just pulled Joel. So no, it's a timeout. Okay, gotcha.
But that's they'll probably how this team is built now. If you can't get the ball to Joel, it means
they at least have options.
There's still stuff to do.
Yeah.
B-ball Paul
PJ off the short roll.
B-ball Paul's above Montrez in the rotation, right?
He was. I don't know if Montrez is over him in the rotation now. In the beginning of the preseason, it was B-ball Paul. By the end, it was Montrez. So we'll see. Doc's going to go with. I can't imagine Montrez surviving a Celtics matchup, but
yeah, this feels like not a good. I mean, maybe if Vonleh's out there, then you could kind of
sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
he looks so bad.
Wait, someone said in the comments, Noah Vonleh. If he ever figures out how to shoot, he'll be good, and that never happened. I feel like he can shoot, but he's just not good at anything.
He had one. He was good on that horrific Knicks team.
Yeah,
when they got RJ, and he shot it pretty well that year. And then that I think either Denver or Minnesota gave him a deal, and he just went back to sucking.
Correct.
The Knicks,
exactly what happened.
Every year the Knicks try to be bad, they have one guy who has his best year, and so then they have to pay him, and he's never good again. That's the real Knicks curse.
The Knicks are living amongst the fan base.
They should have been bad.
They're so psycho.
And Steve Novak. They gave Steve Novak $17 million.
They gave those stupid deals with Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks. They were good deals when they were 1 year, $3 million, but then they got high on their.
Alec Burks is
I actually really like Burks. I thought the Celtics should have gone after Burks before they got Brogdon or anything.
Well, him and Tatum are best friends. I don't know why they didn't.
And I really because Burks he's a good enough defender. He doesn't ruin that. He can shoot. He's a good secondary playmaker. I really like Alec Burks. They just he got crushed by the New York media because Tibbs was "You are the starting point guard," and he's "I'm not that."
The point guard at all.
Alec Burks sucks.
He was fine for the Sixers. He was fine for that half a season we had him.
He shoots 40% from three. He's 6'6". He guard. I really like Burks. He's my plan B to my PJ Washington propaganda for the Nets TPEs because it's pretty embarrassing how many times I've put PJ Washington to the Nets in a trade machine. I would say it's at least
So 20. Is that's the Nets emergency trade to save KD, the KD Brooklyn Nets?
We're gonna get PJ Washington.
He would be a good fit. I mean, there are a few guys that would be good fits.
I just think he's really good, and I want him on a team that doesn't suck.
It's and also for Draymond.
Yeah.
It's always been Ben for Draymond. That's always
Ben for Draymond. Gotcha. I thought you said bad for Draymond. Oh my God, a Ben for Draymond trade would be. Well, as I said, then people have to admit that Steph is better than KD. So
exactly, there's so many layers to the Ben Draymond trade.
Yeah, exactly.
They get better.
Steph is so much better. I was always even because a lot of Net fans had to sort of become. It's Montrez over B-ball Paul.
Where is Draymond living?
All right, we'll see.
New York
we'll see how
City.
Montrez does.
Vonleh's still out there, so he should be.
Draymond's living in
the Williamsburg
Chelsea.
era for Draymond.
No. He's living in Manhattan 100%. He's not he's
living with.
He's gonna live amongst the psychos.
He's living within walking distance of the Sirius XM podcasting WeWork studio.
He's living they're in Times Square, so.
Yes, you got Maxine Harden out there. Let's run the offense through Montrezl Harrell in the low post.
Let's go, baby. We love it. We love it, Doc.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah,
I was gonna say Brogdon hasn't played, but then he literally came right in after that. Yeah.
Look, when you need to run the offense through somebody, why not your backup center who, while being pulled over by a police officer, said he hates the stadium?
King. Yeah, what are they doing? What? Okay, they have Malcolm Brogdon on Montrez. What is going on?
Yeah, who's Grant Williams guarding?
I don't know. This is a weird.
This is what happens when you don't have a real.
This is what happens when you play fucking Noah Vonleh. Like, he's terrible. Like, he's just like.
All right, let's see.
Can I get a time check?
All right, so I'm at 4:07 in the first quarter. The Sixers.
I'm at 3:40.
Yeah. So Grant Williams is on Harden,
Sure.
or at least was on that possession. Why are they putting? I would put Jalen Brown on him. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they. Yeah, Noah Vonleh, baby. Yeah, just got blocked by Montrez at the rim.
Yeah, he's like it's like it's almost DeAndre Jordan bad. Like, you know,
why?
DeAndre Jordan.
I guess I don't really understand why they were like, no, we're not going to do anything to resolve this backup center thing and act like it's not a big deal that we didn't sign anyone.
Okay,
like, so would Cavin-Gelly be worse than Noah Vonleh?
I don't know.
Vonleh
did have a good.
Need a little Luke Cornett. I think it's time for a little Luke Cornett action.
Is he on the Pacers roster still, or was that?
He's on Boston Celtics right now. He's on the bench.
Wait, how did he get back? Wasn't he in the Brogdon deal?
He was in the Brogdon deal, I think. Yeah. Actually,
I thought
where's Luke Cornett at?
Has him listed on the.
Did they just collect former Knicks backup centers?
No, but they should really go. Like, if Whiteside is like that awful in the locker room, like Favors is fine too. Like,
they had Tristan Thompson, and now they have Blake Griffin.
Yeah, that's also like they don't care. Like, look at the coach.
Why are you gaslighting me? He's on the Celtics.
He might not have been traded.
Was he not in the Brogdon deal?
I don't think he was one of the guys. They had like 7 guys, but it was not him.
I thought it was just all their league minimum bench.
I think he might have expired though.
That's what I thought too.
But then they re-signed him. Like, I don't think that he was included in the. I think they had a bunch of like.
Oh, is that Blake? Yeah, that is Blake.
Oh, Blake's in.
Time for
there we go.
Time for Luke Cornett.
Blake's back, baby.
So a 3 center rotation. Do we think that's because Horford's foul trouble, or they're actually playing both of them? They're probably.
I would imagine it's Horford foul trouble more so than anything else.
So what's up?
Blake already has 2 offensive rebounds, so I'm going to kill myself. What's that?
What's up with Blake as using the Dennis Rodman number?
He is 91. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
What are the errors that he's trying to put on? What is he trying to beat?
Harden is back.
He's trying to capture the essence of a guy who does a ton of Molly and goes to Vegas on weekends.
No, yeah, Parma's correct. He was just always on the Celtics, and he has a multi-year deal apparently.
That's amazing.
2 years, $4.5 million.
Okay,
let's go.
So, do you guys remember Harden? I think it was.
That was actually a 6 step back and it made
me think. Do you guys remember that series versus Utah when it was like Rubio, I think, mostly guarded him, and they literally would guard like behind him?
Yeah, because of his first step.
Teams should start like his 2 is like it's all step back 3s.
Non-existent. Yeah.
Like the 2s are gone. Like teams should do that all the time.
And he had to kind of bring back the floater / like mid-range game to kind of alleviate some of those weird issues.
But once he's done that once.
Well, he hasn't tonight.
Yeah,
but he did. I know I'm behind, but Harden just locked up Jalen Brown, which says a lot more about Jalen Brown than it says about
well,
James
I mean, he doesn't have a handle. Like, that's the thing. Is like, Jalen's really good off the ball, but on the ball not. Daniel House playing before Thibault. Okay, George Niang playing too, though. That's concerning.
Oh, I like Niang. Okay.
No, Niang's fine. Niang's fine, but like defensively, not pumped.
But didn't he have an injury he played through that made him like even slower at the end?
Yeah, he did.
So like, I think that it was noticeably different because like I watched him defend Giannis like not terribly, and I was like, "Wow, Giannis
you're right."
Is fraud.
No.
Like,
His post defense is not bad. His post team, and he's a smart team defender. He is really slow, man.
But I just remember watching them last year and being like, "Wow, they should just play the starters and then Niang instead of Tobias."
That's what we all thought at the time. Yeah. But then Tobias actually got better on defense and started shooting catch and shoot threes, and Niang got the knee injury. So yeah.
Like Griffin is so washed. The Celtics of all people know this. Like in that last game,
the Celtics depth is bad, dude. Like
I just want to say,
that's why the Sixers are an easy 1 seed. The Bucks and Celtics depth is atrocious.
I don't like that Joe Mazzulla is chewing gum. Have some respect for the game.
That's the worst thing Joe Mazzulla has ever done.
Sticking it under his feet.
Are people dumb enough? If the Celtics were the ones, would he get Coach of the Year votes?
Yeah,
that's a powerful
100%.
move.
After everything that
happened, all that adversity.
Yeah,
but it's a turnkey I think you don't have to do anything creative with the roster, you know.
Yeah, I mean they kind of are who they are. They kind of teach themselves. They know. I don't know. I think the coaching thing with a team like the Celtics is a little bit overrated, you know?
Yeah, my Coach of the Year pick is Finch, because I think they're going to be really good in the regular season, and he'll get a lot of credit.
I think they could be, too, although in the preseason it looked like shit. Melton, great fucking play, dude.
They released?
Anthony Edwards looked kind of out of shape.
Yeah.
And then that thing came out that he's 240. I'm I don't know how much he normally weighs, but it can't be that much.
And he weighed more than Karl Anthony Towns, who was getting over that illness. Ah, shit.
Yeah, actually, fun fact again for all the ladies out there. Anthony Edwards and I have the exact same measurements, 6'4", 240. Again, if you want to hit me up.
At Catholic Convert, hit him up. Not convict, convert. All right.
Harden's stat line is going to be so gaudy, and it's all just
this game so far is why I think the Sixers are going to win 60 games, because it looks kind of ugly and they still have 25.
Yeah, and they're killing it, and Embiid's done nothing.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's all Harden.
This is what we have
been
said.
A lot of Harden nonsense.
This is what we have said in terms of regular season wise. The Sixers are deep. They have two of the best regular season players in the NBA in Joel Embiid and James Harden. Even Wash Harden was a top 15, 20 player
I would say
in the NBA.
Like all-star fringe all-NBA.
Exactly. Which is and that's a compromised version of him. Who knows if he ever gets better in that regard. I mean, I will say he has looked a little bit, I'm not going to say he's nothing like the old Harden, but he's looked a little bit springier tonight, which is all I can ask for.
It's all step back threes.
I know. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, last year those step backs, the amount of separation that he was creating at the end of the year,
I think
they were all heavily contested. It was he was he was the amount of actual step back threes he's been able to hit tonight has been encouraging. But overall, he's still mostly the guy that he was last year. I haven't seen anything that makes me think it's he's back or anything.
I also think
he's just a different guy now.
The Sixers look a little good because they played so much against completely awful centers this quarter.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Blake and Vonleh are so you guys watch DeAndre Jordan too. How you watch him for a minute and you're this player is horrific. They're that bad.
Yeah, having a bad backup center can destroy, as the Sixers fans know, destroy a team in terms of when you're playing. When the Celtics starters were playing, they look great, but their depth and their backup centers are really bad.
They'll sign Favors. Favors is fine and not a weird locker room guy.
I'm laughing at the James Harden Daniel House 2-man game. Oh, what are you doing, Daniel House? Not a smart play at all, dude. All right, and then he bounced back. So, but that was God. I will say it is weird because the Sixers have been so unathletic for so long that
your boy's in, Trill. Here we go.
Who? Paul Reed?
No, Thibault.
Oh, well, that's fine.
It's a defensive specialist.
I was going to say end of the quarter, but what I was going to say was the Sixers have been so unathletic for so long that Melton and House come in.
Wait, what is rotation?
Melton and House come in and they're jumping all over the place, and I'm afraid they're going to get hurt because we've been so unathletic for so long.
Every time you see somebody jump, it's Joel nearly decapitating a nice lady in the front row. So it's
Niang like severing several ligaments in his leg.
The last time we had a guy who would dive for a ball, he got drunk in the crowd during the game. We really need to up the standard.
Mike Scott, yeah.
I love
Mike Scott,
Mike Scott for that.
Speaking
Mike
of
Scott, Nets killer. I was at that game.
Oh yeah, that was one of the greatest.
He got a new contract 2 days ago.
Mike Scott?
Yeah, in France.
Yeah. Oh, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
very proud of him.
In France.
So
that was a legend.
Town called Nancy.
I need to
Never
bring
heard of
something
it?
up real quick when we have a second. So
where is
Nancy, France?
It's literally Nancy, France. Like it's spelled
Nancy,
like Nancy,
France,
like
the name Nancy.
Yeah,
but in France.
What's that? Nancy Drew's sister?
It's the worst joke I've ever heard.
House is a crazy person. And a good one. Like he plays like a little hair on fire vibe.
Okay. He shot twice at the rim. He can't finish it yet. But
I mean, he probably is a terrible at rim. Like he stands in the corner.
Whatever. Like he's a fucking kind of.
He's a bench 3-and-D guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's also, and the reason I bring this up was someone had said to me, someone from the Patreon had said to me, if you did the 5 best bench players during Joel's tenure with the Sixers, who would it be? And I was like, I don't count. I was going to say, I don't count Horford because Horford did come off the bench, but he was not a bench player. So I don't count Saric. Saric played off the bench for a little bit. The true actual bench players, I think you'd have to go like literally Alec Burks, Mike Scott, James Ennis,
That's pretty rough.
Ersan Ilyasova the 1 year, TJ
McConnell.
McConnell.
Yeah. And a lot of Ilyasova.
Who?
Oh, I was saying TJ was better than Ilyasova.
Yeah. Okay, so TJ, think about before this year, before they had like 3 or 4 playable bench players, like Montrez is easily better than every player there, and Montrez is extremely flawed.
Yeah, but not Burks. I would easily take Burks over.
Okay,
Montrez.
now, but when he was on the Sixers, that was like kind of his resurgence year. He got better with the Knicks even because he was still coming off injuries.
He was putting up those big stats on that awful Warriors team, right?
Yeah,
he was
pretty good.
Jonathan Simmons and called it an upgrade.
We were down so bad.
Jonathan Simmons.
He's like the worst player I've
ever
seen.
You guys should have seen some of the names the Nets signed during the Harden, like the first good Harden year when they needed a center.
Zion.
Like they signed. I mean, Sixer legend Norvell Pell was like one of the ones. There was like
7 fouls per 36. Tyler Johnson, who also played for the Sixers.
No, he was kind of good. Like
I know.
Tyler Kaycock or something. Pardon, you know who I'm talking about?
Devin.
Him too. Tyler Cook and Devontae Kaycock, both of them.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, I remember him.
And
also,
like it was, they signed.
Is that a JaVale McGee jersey?
No, it's a Paul Pierce Wizards jersey.
That's so fucking sick. They sold the Paul Pierce Wizards jersey.
I bought it the day he hit the bank shot, and then he left the team a month and a half.
Yeah, he wasn't back the next year.
What jersey was it?
The Pierce Wizards
jersey, the Wizards Pierce jersey.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I should do a different one for each quarter. That would be a good bit. I'll put on my DeRozan OVO jersey for quarter 2.
I don't know if I have 4. I don't have that many. I have. No, I have 4 Nets jerseys.
The only jersey I have and care about, I have a signed, what's his real name? Artest jersy from the Malice
That a world peace
season. It's my prized possession.
Oh, from that year? Didn't he only play like 8 games?
Well, it was like it was the same jersey colorway. So it was when he was at Indiana and it's signed Artest.
He called game and then called it a career. We don't count LA going out sad. That Pierce game winner was the last game he ever played.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's the guy in the comment being it.
Oh.
The
Paul Pierce
He played for Doc in LA. Yeah,
he did a retirement tour where Draymond was so mean to him. That's maybe the funniest thing Draymond's ever done.
He said they love you. What did he say? They love you.
They don't love you like Kobe.
Yeah, you're not Kobe. They don't love you
like you're not Kobe. They don't love you like that.
Oof. Yeah. Look, Paul Pierce was
Joel looks annoyed.
Second best player on a championship team, just like Kobe, multiple times.
More like third or fourth. Turn
Which one, Kobe or Paul Pierce?
Oh, Paul Pierce. I meant Paul Pierce.
Pau Gasol. We're doing Pau Gasol redemption.
Yeah, Pau Gasol, arguably best player on that team in the finals.
That's a troll mostly, but yeah, obviously.
But you know what? It's an opinion I can have. I think I'm going to adopt it. I love minimizing Kobe's.
It is
Lamar Odom clears.
Yeah. Andrew Bynum was a problem early in his career.
Not talk about how good what's his name? Who's that guy who was a bad person and then coached the Kings?
George Karl?
No, recently he was on the Warriors.
Oh, Luke Walton.
Luke Walton. People underestimate Luke Walton.
Or like baby Trevor Ariza. Like fans were so dumb because like Ariza was like a really young player on those teams, and he was like what Trevor Ariza always was. So everybody's like, this is a future All-Star. Just because he was like a good young player.
The Luke Walton All-Stars were Zach
watched
Lovitt.
So much of that fucking basketball team. They hate it. You could tell like there was so much palpable hatred.
Yeah. Oh, look, the Celtics look good again because they have an actual center in the game. Who would have thought?
Oh wow, shocking! And even defensively, apparently their lineups with Al Horford at center are not nearly as good as the Robert Williams ones. But
Shannon Brown, that's what it is. I mixed up Shannon Brown and Sterling Brown recently because I was just like Shannon Brown faded out of the NBA and then Sterling Brown showed up. And like it all
S Brown, I get it.
But Shannon Brown, wasn't he like a crazy hops guy? Wasn't he kind of like the
super athletic
Gerald Green of the West, if you will? New Jersey Nets legend.
Yes. One of my favorite dunks of all time when he blew out the
cupcake.
Yeah.
He has my favorite in-game dunk of all time. He did like a ridiculous windmill. I think in-game dunks are cooler than dunk contest dunks in general.
Wait, who had that?
Gerald Green.
Oh, I don't even remember the windmill.
Oh, I can send it in though.
Did you know Gerald Green doesn't have all of his fingers?
What?
He
lost one of his fingers. You know that story your gym teacher would tell you where he was like, I saw a kid leave his whole fucking finger in the rim. He actually did that. Gerald Green just like left his fucking finger inside the basketball rim. Came down without it.
He turned into like a decent, like he looked like he was just gonna be like famous for like
him and like some. Sure. There's some other like Euro guy I think.
He had a real career. Like wasn't he in the rotation on that 18 Rockets team? Like in the playoffs
he was.
Even.
Yeah.
He turned into like a gunner. Yeah.
Morey revived him, 3-and-D guy.
Mostly 3.
I was gonna say 3 and theoretical defense because he's
3 and can jump and stuff. Oh, Grant Williams is bitching at the refs already. NBA
I was gonna say he literally just did a backflip because he was so mad at the refs. He rolled over and.
Oh boy, Vonleh's back in. Did Horford? Oh no, that's Grant. So they're playing Vonleh and Al. I guess they play 2 centers.
They kind of have to because of foul trouble, I would imagine. Because Grant has 2 fouls or 3 fouls, and Horford has 2 fouls or 3 fouls.
Horford's in the game. Yeah, but I wouldn't do. I would just go small. Do they just not want to play Tatum and Brown as like the 4? That might, like I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so that is Vonleh. Oh wow, he does not look like a center.
He's really not, but he sucks. So
he's what, like 6'8"?
Yeah,
no, he's like
6'10". But like he was like when he came up through the draft, he was a 4 in 2014, right, Parm?
Yeah.
I think it was that draft. Yeah. Oh yeah, we were just talking. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Maxie's washed.
What? Okay, enough.
I thought
we're gonna ban you from the fucking street.
He peaked at 21.
I was gonna say Maxie's like barely even been involved today, so
it felt like a lot of Harden and the role guys, like not a lot of Embiid or Maxie.
Yeah.
It's Harden's team. It's what always happens with old James Harden.
Yeah. Can't help it, but he didn't shoot a catch and shoot 3, which was incredibly annoying. I want him to shoot those more.
I know. I've always said Harden's the weirdest guy in the league to guard because you can kind of guard him like he's a non-shooter if he doesn't have the
right.
Even really nobody else in the league is like that.
He's the only guy I've ever seen who needs to reset when he gets a catch and shoot and take a step back. Just shoot it off the catch. He did it a few times in preseason. I was like, great, we're making progress. And then tonight he just every time he's done it, it's just been not that at all.
I can't believe the Celtics hired this dude. How do you not get somebody with a clean record after the whole Udoka? What the fuck are they thinking?
It's just so funny. Though. What's that?
What if that's the cost? The cost of James Harden being able to do James Harden shit is that he just has to do a weird wiggly move every time he catches the basketball.
It's not ideal when you're playing with Joel Embiid.
The crazy step back, he has to be able to do the weird wiggly move when he doesn't.
It's like guys who had to jump at the free throw line.
Mm-hmm. It's like Dwight Howard when he used to have to stand 10 feet back.
They're putting Vonleh on Embiid.
Yeah, because they're just going to
having Horford do the Rob Williams stuff.
I was going to say they're just going to double him, and then that's going to create open threes. But I don't know. They seem
live with open threes from Daniel House and Tucker.
Sure, that's what I'm saying.
They don't have enough. The Sixers have a lot of guys who are will shoot, but they're pretty erratic. Embiid's going to still get doubled like a madman in the playoffs.
I mean, look, it's still the biggest weakness of his game. He doesn't read the game super fast.
And he still can be swarmed, and it's clearly. But I just mean the space around him, the only guy in their rotation would be Maxey, right? Everybody else, you kind of feel okay helping off because Harden.
Sure. I mean, Melton's probably the best catch and shoot guy. I think he shoots in the high 30s, low 40s off, probably low 40s off the catch.
Is he just awful on the does he take pull-ups he shouldn't take? Because his overall
I don't think so.
Not good.
No, you're wrong. He's a good 3-point shooter.
He is? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Melton shoots high volume and he's low 30s, high 40s.
30.
Or I'm sorry, high 30s, low 40s. Yeah.
How do you
had
feel
a great
about
empty James
Melton era?
Last 2 seasons? No, but last year he was good too.
Last year he was more average. 37 is basically average.
But on 8 attempts per 36, that's pretty good.
So basically, Yuta Watanabe. Because
yes, exactly.
I'm actually very Yuta Watanabe pilled. I don't understand why he wasn't offered a real contract.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He played well in the preseason.
If you look on a per possession basis, he takes almost 7 per 100 and shoots 35%. And most of that was for those Raptors teams that have so space at all offensively.
Yeah,
so the NBA was a meritocracy. Harry Giles would have a multi-year deal guaranteed.
But I think it's fairly reasonable to
Unfortunately,
think
it isn't.
38%.
Oh my God, our offense is driving me fucking insane right now. When Embiid's in the game, it just looks like dog shit. Also, the Celtics are outscoring the Sixers in the paint 18-8. Less than ideal, I would say.
Yeah, because the whole offense has been hard and step back threes.
I know, but at the same time, when Embiid's in, it's they literally just double him anytime he puts the ball on the ground. And he's just turning it over every time. It's driving me nuts. I'm turning on Joel Embiid.
It has to be his night.
So when Harden demands they trade Embiid, what are we going to do then? Because I guess you just live with Harden Maxey backcourt. And
we trade him for KD, stuff. And then we have KD, we have Harden.
Oh, better than Embiid. Perfect. And add Kyrie to that duo.
Let's go.
Maxey,
Harden, and KD, baby.
Well, if they were all just normal people, that's Kyrie's the exact kind of player you guys were so horny for all those years.
I know. We were very horny for Kyrie.
I would.
Even last year, I was trying to talk myself into it. I was I know he's insane, but have you seen the crossover?
He's not he's had a lot of playoff clunkers. Putting all the crap aside,
yeah.
He was so bad in that Boston series after Game 1. Durant had because first impression bias, and Durant sucked in Game 1. Durant put up 27, 6, and 6 on not great. His true shooting was 53, 54, which is bad for him, but that's not horrific.
Terrible. Yeah, I mean it's
Giannis. Giannis the next round had a worse true shooting, and everybody was like, Giannis is like people thought he had like the most amazing playoff series ever, which like he mostly did.
He was really good in the first game, and it wasn't even efficient. Like I remember he shot like 9 for 23, but was really good at everything.
Like I actually have a flirting harassment tweet because it's like their turnover rates are the same in versus the Celtics in the playoff series, and Durant's true shooting is better, and Giannis scored like 3 more points. And the rap was that Giannis was amazing and the Durant was awful. And
well, I mean, KD kind of got the same love the year before because they're just doing it with less. No Middleton, no Harden.
But Durant
Kyrie.
Durant put a 40 on 62 shooting. Like he was way better.
Was amazing in that series. I'm not saying that he wasn't, but
Giannis had a lot of flaws in that. Like
watch the games, nerd.
I did. No,
he was really good in a lot of the.
I'm a Drew hater. I'm a Giannis is the best player by kind of a lot guy.
But then again, if you think about it, like if you watch those games, the Bucks do what the Bucks do, which is they make every game look like a fucking football game. like
so ugly.
It's and especially against a team like the Celtics that also has some offensive issues sometimes, and they're a defensive first team. Like there were games in that series that were like really ugly, and the Bucks are never going to be the aesthetically pleasing team to watch. They're just going to be the team that like grinds out more wins.
I'm a Drew hater. Like I think the perception of Middleton and Drew is that like they're at similar tiers, but I think Middleton is like way better than Drew.
Well, Drew's offense can be really, really bad in the playoffs.
I love Paul Pierce.
What's that?
You see him cutting to Paul Pierce?
No, what is Paul Pierce doing?
They cut to him before the game went back on.
Yeah.
He's just like doing like Russell Wilson, like, let's go. Like just like
we love Paul Pierce, folks.
So much. Really hard. Right. He's ruining the team.
The second they put the starters back in, the Celtics look totally fine. Like the Sixers starters have been not great. It's been the bench.
I would guess Al's plus minus is plus a lot.
Yes, I would imagine that as well.
It looks like Hauser was like the preseason like nerd darling player.
Ooh,
like,
is he even in the rotation? I know he is. He's right there.
He's in the game for the first time now.
Yeah, I see him.
The Linsanity? Yeah.
I had a Linsanity shirt, but it was like a youth medium, so it's definitely no longer in my house. That was a very cool time.
Linsanity? Which the Knicks jersey?
Yeah.
Nice.
Jack, does it say Lin or does it say Linsanity? Because I had something that said Linsanity on the back.
Mine just says Lynn. It was purchased for me by my mother at a thrift store 2 years ago.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Because she saw it and went, my son likes basketball, and she was right. I do, and I love having a Jeremy.
And that's
Lin
a great one. Like there could be like not cool. Like imagine it was like she got like a Ben Simmons Sixer jersey. You'd be like, I hate this. Like
the thing,
I don't know.
Any Nick would be awesome. Like any of those era Knicks would be like if I had the Tyson Chandler Knicks jersey, that would be a delight.
Palm would be a Jared Jeffries kind of guy. So a nice
Wayne
Jared
Ellington special.
Was he? He was a Knick. I don't remember when, but I do remember recently.
Courtney Lee, the GOAT.
I have a Porzingis jersey as well, by the way. And in true Eastern European fashion style, I have a Porzingis rookie jersey with a cigarette hole burned in the middle.
Very lot.
Porzingis was like the New York media hyped up KP to like remember that his third year when he was scoring like 20 something a game on like bad efficiency, and I think he's like it was like him versus Embiid for that all-star starter spot.
Yeah,
18. Like there were people saying like even on like ESPN like the supposedly national stuff like
right.
Like the way we talk about like Luka Giannis now, like who's the number one like trade asset guy, like people were saying that was fucking Porzingis, and it was he was not that good. Like he was good, he was not.
He was really good. Yeah, I know. We felt pretty bad about taking Okafor over him. I'll say that much.
Also, though, how many NBA players have good rap songs that are entirely about them, the way that Kristaps Porzingis does? Do you know that
song?
it was a Latvian rap song.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a 42 Doug song or whatever.
The hook is just these two guys in like designer, like tight-fitting clothing going, "Keep calm like Kristaps Porzingis." It was like very of it. It was like
he's known for being calm.
It was a "Keep calm and carry on" Kristaps Porzingis anthem.
Amazing.
Harden has 19 points on 5 shot attempts.
I was gonna say Harden has not missed the 3, maybe missed
one.
He's
3 for he's 3 for 4. No, he missed 1 for real. But
Amazing.
He's 8 for that's probably a true shooting over 100, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow. Also Tobias Harris made another 3, so he's our second best player. Joel Embiid is like our 9th
Harden
best player.
Harden and Tobias, and then Embiid and Maxey are bad. This is the well-known thing about the Philadelphia 76ers.
Exactly. Yeah. And PJ Tucker is just out there to fight people. So
dude,
that's why we brought him in.
Like, I don't get it. Like, it got called the Durant stopper so much, and he was personally responsible 50 for the best playoff series after the best series Durant's ever played. Like, I don't like. How does that make you the Durant stopper?
I have to say I didn't get that at all, and it was weird when he was like going on a press tour afterwards, going on JJ Redick's podcast talking about it, and I was like, dude, he cooked you the entire series. What the fuck? What is this?
And he was like last year he was great relatively on offense. Like. Yeah. The Bucks playing him made the Nets' lives so much easier. I just looked it up, by the way. Harden has 112 true shooting right now.
Amazing. And the Sixers were up 2, so
yeah, but
it might not be sustainable.
Because they were playing Harden was like couldn't run with the ankle thing. And Tucker
Tobias.
And Tucker just like stood there.
By the way.
So but the Bucks tried so hard to lose that series. They should have won it going away.
We still have to investigate Tommy Alter.
Tommy Alter for what?
Whatever his deal is, whatever his whole vibe is, he needs to be investigated.
Well, we know that his dad's like a political guy, right?
Yeah, but I need more information.
I need to know. You know? I think all you need to know is that his dad's like a political journalist, and that's why he has a career, I would imagine. And also, as I stupidly doubted Tatum's shooting to start the year, he just clanked another one.
Yeah, he's been bad. He made the first shot, and then he got to the line. I don't think he's made a shot since.
Yeah, and now
he's 3 for 7, so that's like pretty much.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine. But for Tatum, for a guy that's going to be top 5 in MVP, although Joel, you could say the same thing. He just hit his first shot. It seemed like. So
I saw a Twitter thread that was like hot take MVP, and people were like, Tatum's like 3rd in the odds.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like the number 1 guy outside of like the guys who have either already won or like Joel who finished as the runner-up.
Tatum is never winning an MVP. He's gonna get like
I don't know about that. He could,
but I don't think he.
Yeah, I think the Celtics in this like era of players could have like a 67 win season.
I was gonna say
it's probably not this year. If they have like a healthy Rob,
he could have like a Kawhi like career though, where like he's
That's
always
what
like.
I think will happen. I think he'll be Kawhi the Russ year, like 2 or 3
right.
times.
That's what I'm saying. Like he could
player,
maybe be runner up a few times and like shit like that. So,
but I think Tatum's passing is ahead of even maybe Kawhi now. Like definitely Kawhi at the same age.
Kawhi doesn't have the stinky month though.
Kawhi was and like Tatum's a really good defender. Kawhi was a better scorer.
Kawhi just takes games off midweek.
Tatum's efficiency is weirdly
10 points for an entire month every year.
Yeah.
And then scores the rest of his points for the season, the rest of the year, and it's fantastic. But like that drags his averages.
Oh my god! Vonleh can't even get a fucking uncontested rebound. This guy's like, it's distracting how awful he is. Like the Celtics should cut him.
Look up the ESPN advanced stats. What's his plus minus? I'd be interested to see. It's got to be like a negative 14 or something.
His like raw plus minus or like I don't know.
Or whatever in the game.
It's only a -4. But...
Oh, really?
Podcast looking at plus minus.
I'm just interested because it seems like anytime Vonleh's on the court, they're getting fucking destroyed.
Well, they had a stretch where Vonleh was in with Horford.
Oh, okay.
Well then.
We gotta have the on-offs with the
cleaning the
glass.
I do that shit. in college, like if I was in a class I did not want to pay attention to, I would just go and clean the glass the whole time because I am a fucking sicko. Like, because I would use it for my Nick Claxton propaganda because Nick Claxton is like the Nets defense is
getting a new one.
All right, I had to mute Will because he was going on about Nick Claxton. So sorry.
Thank you.
When he stops talking about Nick Claxton, we can let him come back.
Quick Phillies update. Top of the second. Not going great. 0-0 right now.
Phillies 0-0.
I don't see S started already.
Yeah.
Vonleh just
Cleveland got delayed. That's why.
I just thought both of them started.
But I'm doing a Phillies updates live during the stream to make sure everyone watching the Sixers is aware of our beautiful boys.
I was going to say, I'll probably throw on the Phillies on my phone at some point. Although I'm not a baseball guy, I will support our Phils. I'm Phil's pilled Trill now.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you for sending your support.
Guy. The Yankees. I somehow did not jinx the Yankees. The reason why Parm is here.
Aaron Hicks tore his ACL in the 4th inning. But
who's that?
Wouldn't that be good?
One of our outfielders.
Does he suck?
But he's awful.
He was really good for one season. Got a really large deal, and then has just been hurt every day.
Did Harden really just fucking do a shake and then airball it? He dropped Marcus Smart, did a shake, and then airballed the 3.
God bless James Harden.
That was incredible.
Never changed, James.
That might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That was
amazing. That was great.
So
although I will say I've never seen I did not see him ever drop anyone last year. I'll say that much.
That was a rough one. Who that poor guy? It was like he was on the Clippers or Blazers, right? Like Harden's like nastiest crossover ever.
Oh, and he fell, and then Harden took a minute,
stared at him, and
took a minute, spun the ball in his hands, and then shot it.
I was a prime Harden
Johnson?
defender. Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, you defended Harden as prime? You were such a calculator boy, Jesus.
I got my degree in statistics. I'm very much a calculator boy.
I lie about knowing how to do statistics on my resume.
I have a degree in gravity, so
if you're an employer out there, Parm, do not hire Parm.
Parm knows all about R.
I got a job today, like less than 4 hours ago.
Let's go!
Fired everybody. Tweet.
They only hired you because you said you could do statistics on your resume. I heard.
Wait, did I ever tell you the update on the Ben Simmons diaper tweet regarding my employment?
Wait, what? I remember the Ben Simmons diaper tweet, obviously, when you.
So the Ben Simmons diaper tweet, for anyone who doesn't know, I wore a Ben Simmons jersey as a diaper, and I tweeted at him, "If you're going to be a baby, I'm only wearing your jersey as a diaper." It went mildly viral.
I remember.
And then, so I had a job interview, and I knew a guy who worked at the company. And the guy who interviewed me after my interview went to him and was like, "Yo, I follow this guy on Twitter." And I've seen him in the diaper.
I have no idea that was you. Like I remember seeing that happening. And
that is incredible. And so did you get this job or did you?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
They say that's why. If it wasn't for that tweet, you definitely would have gotten it.
If I didn't have you on the podcast afterwards, you probably would have been good.
But just a beautiful series of events that leads up to that sort of moment in your life.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I mean, look, I'll never be able to be employed again normally. So after all of the things that have been said on here and done here.
It's going to be Trill's going to end up at the Ringer somehow. It's going to be
everybody is always saying that you're the bad boy of NBA podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. Me. I'm the bad boy of NBA podcast.
Bag left's NBA icon, Trill Brody.
That's right. That's absolutely right. All right. Okay, so we're almost at halftime here. At halftime, I want to talk about something.
Rising with Troll Bro, dude.
It's been halftime for me a while.
Welcome to Ball presented by the Blaze Sports. Me and what was that guy that used to be on there? Will McCain. Yeah, but who's the guy that left? Will Kane.
Just Will Kane. Yeah, the Republican
McCain. Guy. He's not related to the.
You just the political. You just go to McCain.
He's the son of John McCain, Will Kane, from me and him have a podcast coming out. It's called Cancel Me. We're gonna just try to get canceled, and we're gonna have Nick Adams as our first guest, the Australian guy who loves America for some reason. It's so funny.
Australian?
Yeah, he's not from the U.S.
Yeah, pardon. Look up a clip of him talking. He's like, "Hey, good day. I'm fucking. I hate Jalen Hurts.
We should collab with Jason Whitlock.
Let's go.
It's like Andy No, like the guys who don't live in America but have like really strong opinions.
It's always the funniest guys that do that. Hold on.
True. You probably get on Red Eye.
I would have said that Amy Therese cornered that market though.
Who?
Of like Australian grifting.
I thought she was British.
Who?
Amy Therese, isn't she Australian?
Oh, I love her. And yes, she is Australian.
Wait, is that the woman who said it brings me no pleasure, but I...
No, that's Laura. That's something Mensch. Louise Mensch.
Oh, Louise Mensch. Gotcha, yeah. Look at this king, dude.
Look at that hat. Oh, you searched. I thought that was just the normal results. Did Harden just make that crap? What the?
First off, we don't question our king, James Harden. Now,
no, it was. You'll see. It was pretty silly.
All right, we'll stop sharing that. Amazing. He's amazing.
That was. I was so disappointed. I thought that was just the results when you Googled Jason Whitlock.
No. I looked up. I searched. Yeah, I searched Jason. Yes. Oh my God, Harden is prime Harden again.
He's not prime Harden. He's become Curry. He just can't miss any threes.
Go!
He's transformed his game.
He has become the greatest shooter of all time. Thank you, James.
It's just all Harden is going to do now is just run off screens. That's all. It's going to be an.
Still hasn't shot a catch and shoot three. So somehow he shot 75 pull-ups tonight, but all step backs.
Tonight, Trez.
Oh, that was nice, Trez. Love it.
Yeah, I guess if you're the Celtics, you talk yourself into like Harden just had probably the best half he'll have all year, and it's like tied.
Embiid also had maybe the worst half he'll have all year.
But was he bad? He just like wasn't like he wasn't like missing. He was just like not.
He turned the ball over like 3 times in like 5 minutes. Yeah, he was pretty bad, I would say. Definitely not up
11
to the
and 6, 3 for 7. But like I felt like a lot of it was just that he didn't have the ball that much. It wasn't like that he was doing bad things.
Yeah. Why are Maxey and Tucker
is Jimmy Butler really using that picture for TNT?
Yeah, he did that as a bit. You know that, right?
Wait, what?
Jimmy Butler, look at the TV.
He got hair extensions for like media day.
He literally said he did it just to fuck with, like, for his photos. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't even know if he has them anymore.
He's not keeping them? That sucks. I thought he was keeping them.
Can you have like extensions in and play? Will they let you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They'll let you play.
No. I don't have them. It's never come up in my life.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure.
Like,
right?
how firmly are they in? Couldn't they get like I've heard rappers
like Troy Polamalu when they used to pull on his hair to tackle him.
I've heard rappers talk about pulling out a woman's weave, so I don't know how like hard extensions are.
I honestly have no idea, but I think you can. I mean, I would imagine people have had long hair in the NBA. Why not?
Well, they have weird rules. Like they ban those like those things they used to wear, like not headbands, but those other things Jimmy used to wear.
Yeah, the karate ones.
Yeah, because the whole Sixers team was wearing them, and Dave Adam Silver hates us. So.
Dave.
Sorry,
Big Dave Adam Silver.
All right, I will be right back. You guys talk about whatever. Just don't get me canceled.
So who else here hates Trill?
I thought this was the 9/11 portion of the pod. It's when Trill leaves, you talk about 9/11. I thought that was the rules.
I'm trying to get this dang stream to work because I'm sick. I'm like 2 minutes.
It's halftime. So you're good. Oh, this was a funny thing that I messaged Trill about. Richard Jefferson on NBA Today said the Warriors have the best bench in the league, and then the first 2 names he mentioned were James Wiseman and Jonathan Kuminga, who like both of whom I think Kuminga might be pretty good, but like are both bad at basketball right now. And in Wiseman's case, probably will always be bad at basketball. And that's
I will never besmirch Jonathan Kuminga nor Richard Jefferson. because they represent the great state of New Jersey at the highest level.
Nets legend Richard Jefferson. He just was like, it just was the timing was
real Garden State top of the class.
My brother has a New Jersey Nets
real
RJ
Hall of
jersey.
Famers.
Yeah, Bush knocked down the Towers. Yeah, that's the kind of tinfoil hat shit we're here for.
All right, what Richard Jefferson take will get Trill canceled while he's gone?
I don't know. He's probably said some misogynistic and or homophobic shit over the years, right? Like,
no, I'm pro Richard Jefferson. I mean about him. Like, what can I say about?
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Are we sure Richard Jefferson was completely uninvolved in September 11th?
Richard Jefferson. That'd be a good tweet. Just tweet Richard Jefferson had no involvement in September 11th.
He was a 21-year-old.
Stat music count?
Allegedly at the University of Arizona, but that's a quick flight to New York.
That would be really funny if you hacked StatMuse and just put up one tweet. It was Richard Jefferson was in no way involved with 9/11.
What are we talking about? What did I miss?
Well, we were hypothesizing how to get you canceled when you were gone.
Oh, first off, I can never be canceled for 9/11 jokes because there's been way too many on here. The first stream we ever did, we were talking about Gaddafi's murder. I remember, I've rewatched recently, and I always think about someone that's just on YouTube and stumbling across an NBA thing, and we're talking about Benghazi or something.
Hey, it ain't going away.
It's not. It still has not gone away. I think about Benghazi every day. It's been 10 years.
Benghazi
every day for 10 years. I think about how Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama did Benghazi.
Well, the Fultz Tatum trade was sort of my Benghazi.
Way worse, honestly. The psychological damage of the Fultz Tatum trade.
Oh, really? You're gonna talk about one-sided trades with the Celtics that fucked over your fan?
That involved Jason Tatum somehow.
Yeah, involved Jason Tatum.
Yeah, no, not even the worst trade involving Jason Tatum.
I was convincing myself that Chris McCullough was a good NBA player. It was horrific time.
Brother of Todd McCullough?
It was literally processed bad, but then you didn't get the awesome pick at the end.
Then one of your rivals got two of the 30 best players in the NBA.
It was so bad.
That's brutal. Thank God they missed on the James Young pick.
I remember.
Yeah, well, that pick was in the teens at least.
Yeah.
I remember where I was when we got the Simmons pick. I cried at work.
I remember where I was when Simmons broke his leg during practice. I was in New York. I was living in New York at the time, and I was like, it was the third straight year we lost a rookie due to injury. Well, fourth, really, because Okafor got hurt during 15, but Embiid was still out in 15. And Okafor got hurt during 15.
He did?
I think he missed the last 20 games, 30 games.
But that's hold on. He played most of the year.
It didn't matter. Yeah, I was going to say. Let's see. Jahlil Okafor, by the way, another guy plays in a different era, and he's he played 53 games his rookie year. But if he plays in a different era, he's literally a god.
I've never agreed with that as much as because his defense was so bad.
His defense was bad, but in prior to the newer version of the NBA, offensive centers could get away with having some bad defense. It wasn't quite as much in the spacing era. You're cooked. You have no. I'm not saying he would have been a Hall of Famer, but he probably would have.
People
Brad Miller made an All-Star team, 2 All-Star teams.
Chris he probably would have been he would have been a good stats bad team, Al Jefferson.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. There were so many bigs. It's so funny because people love to compare the eras, and the beginning of LeBron's prime was not great era-wise, back when he was mid 2000s or whatever. But if you look at some of the guys that made All-Star teams in the fucking 90s, it's laughable how weak the league was outside of the top 5 or 10 guys.
He's better than Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, Al Jefferson is another one. Hold on.
I said Al.
What is the YKB community take if Harden drops 44 but we lose? We're back, baby. First off, I don't really care about the first game of the season. Our goal this year, we're gonna win a ton of games no matter what. And also, I care more about the playoffs. So, like, if we lose the first game of the season, I'm not going to pull my hair out. Like, it's fine. But I just back to the whole, like, thing. Go look at some of the guys that made All-Star, like Tom Gugliotta. Like, look at, like, the 1997 All-Star team. They always just had, like, random guys who were just, like, not that good on those teams.
Wouldn't there often be, like, you know, Kyle Korver made that All-Star team. Like, wasn't that kind of an All-Star a lot more common? Like, oh, this guy's like a useful role player on like a great team.
He's like the fourth best player. It happened all the time before the league was stacked. Yeah. Hold on.
And now it's like
even Kyle Korver was like a really good role player. What's that?
Yeah.
Just wait on what I DM'd you until Jack comes back.
Okay.
But that's a goodie for you. That's whipped up in house. On the spot.
All right, I'm back. I'm ready.
I can't believe you made that on the fucking air, dude. Amazing.
Element.
All right, I need to bring this up. Hold on 1 second. Is this the one? No, we need not the window.
Trill has to minimize his.
All right, please note what is on the screen right now. All right, I'm gonna screenshot this.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this before it gets taken down.
Richard Jefferson denies any involvement in the actions perpetrated on September 11, 2001. Thank you, Richard.
That's a pretty fantastic part. Right? I really appreciate
also, that. Richard Jefferson, if I remember correctly, made one All-Star game.
That sounds right. He
was good on the Nets, though. He was really good.
2004, 2005.
His first 2 years.
No, he never made an All-Star team.
His first 2 years in the league were the Nets finals years, and like
he was good. I remember
that was the problem.
I guess that's fair
they needed prime, like they needed RJ at his best because they were great. Those Nets teams were great defensively and just ran a transition. They had like no offensive talent. And like RJ was like kind of that 3-level wing scorer we see now. But like his first 2 years, he averaged 9 points as a rookie. Like he just wasn't ready.
You're not going to give the Nets, the New Jersey Nets, not the Brooklyn Nets who now have like, you know, Hollywood calls and like a fancy stadium.
RJ was good. Like as a
$20 to park in.
As a 24-year-old, he was averaging 9 free throws a game.
They're not getting 3 All-Stars. You're getting Jason Kidd, who sucks. You're getting Vince Carter, who's kind of cool.
That trade was insane.
You're not getting
the Nets gave up nothing. Like I've never been a huge Vince Carter guy, but like they gave up nothing.
Vince Carter in his prime was on some really bad teams though. Like if Vince Carter was on when he was like still as athletic as he was, if he was on some better teams, like that Raptors team sucked that he got to this almost got to the conference finals with.
I have a take on this. If you flip AI and Vince Carter in the 2001 playoffs, like flip their teams, AI still advances. Like I don't think Vince Carter was that good. Like,
AI's team was also not good. Like they were just defensively good.
Vince's problem is that he traded his own cousin for garbage.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Magic. By the way, did you know that they didn't know they were cousins until they were on the same team?
They did that. I knew that.
They did. Yeah, they weren't like they didn't grow up together. Like they were like distant. They were like second or third cousins, and they didn't even know until they were on the same team. And it was like, oh, that's like your cousin.
That's how Gerard Way and Joe Rogan are, if I remember correctly.
Fun fact: I know the link.
Wait, what?
Gerard Way and Joe Rogan are cousins.
Okay, who's Gerard Way again? Is that a musician?
The My Chemical Romance guy.
Oh yeah. I know him. Oh my god, I was gonna say I knew that was familiar. Wow,
Gerard I return prompt.
That's a fun fact for you.
Do they have the same politics?
They don't talk. That's all I know.
That's my fun fact because I know the first cousin of both.
You know the first cousin of both Gerard Way and Joe
the one
Rogan?
That connects the two.
You know them personally?
Yeah, went to middle school.
That's actually incredible. So on one side he's cousins with Joe Rogan, and one side with Joe. That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
You never know in New Jersey. It's always like, I swear every famous person grew up in New Jersey.
All the evil ones. And Bruce Springsteen.
Well, I know some cool ones. Some cool ones.
Bon
Bruce
Jovi is less
Springsteen.
evil than Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce.
No, Bon Jovi stinks.
Bon Jovi is so much less evil than Bruce.
I was gonna say, I think we've talked about this before. Me and Parm we were drunk at a bar talking about this. Apparently, Bon Jovi's actually done some good things.
Yeah.
I don't care. His music stinks.
Yeah, his music is not good.
But at least Billy Joel has one good song. Like
Billy Joel, the king of Long Island, the saddest flex.
Yeah, Billy Joel.
Wait,
I'm not a Billy Joel guy.
Song?
A Matter of Trust.
Interesting.
Sure. Billy Joel.
Interesting. That's an interesting one.
But hold on.
It's a deeper cut.
Oh,
what did Bon Jovi do that was good? What did we figure out that he did that was good? I can't even remember. Like, didn't he do some like really cool charity shit that was like actually kind of woke?
He runs like the biggest soup kitchen in the state of New Jersey.
Okay, well, yeah,
that's good.
That's something.
And he used all the profits from his arena football team to fund.
That's what the cool part was.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Soul. Shout out.
I feel like halftime is the correct time to bring this up. Are we gonna make fun of the Ball Don't Stop video at all on this stream? Because it was pretty magical, and easily my favorite.
I will never make fun of our king.
His form is not the same on like any of the he takes like 4 or 5 shots. Yeah. It changes every fucking time.
I'm the same way. My jumper's never the same.
My take on the Ball Don't Stop guy wasn't in until I saw him try to guard Jamal Crawford. And he got blown by. Like that doesn't.
Of course,
that was out of respect.
But he did not look nearly remotely as embarrassing as I would if I tried to guard Jamal Crawford. Like he really kind of held his own out there, and I was like, all right.
He's a personal trainer. He owns a gym, so he's
he's in good shape, but he kind of looks like a fat guy a little bit.
He's got like a PJ Tucker like.
Yeah, but like even more so.
I mean, he's definitely much shorter than PJ Tucker, I would imagine.
Yeah,
I will say I have tried defending an NBA player before.
Who?
He was on the Sixers for one game. I'll DM you. It's a whole thing. But
I had to try to defend Jordan Poole once. It's not go well.
Getting just the shit dunked out of you is a very humbling experience.
Did you just say you had to guard Jordan Poole?
Yeah, when I was like 18.
So you're not from Milwaukee.
No, I went to Michigan and he was also there.
Okay.
And
right.
My good friend was good friends with another guy on the Michigan basketball team, and like they needed bodies, and like I was in way better shape back then. It still went horribly.
I would imagine guarding Jordan Poole would not end well for any of them.
He was bad. Like I mean, you guys know he was like the worst player in the NBA 2 years ago. But it went very poorly. It was not.
I could tee him up. I've got good arms.
And then Cole Anthony. I think in high school.
The length though.
Who's the worst player in the NBA that would like literally just like beat you? The worst player in the NBA.
Them, yeah,
anyone in the NBA. But I'm trying to think like what would be the most embarrassing because like
I could lock down Landry Shamet, no question asked.
Landry Shamet would put you through hell, dude. I'm telling you. Landry Shamet would have you in the seventh layer of hell, dude.
Me and my friends would have beat Landry Shamet on defense.
Are we sure?
I think yours would be getting threes rained on you by Matisse.
I love this comment because Ball Don't Stop. Wait, is he pro or anti Tucker?
No, he's a dog. He likes PJ Tucker.
Yes, because he's a dog, but he's kind of a calculator boy.
Like, he is a calculator boy. He's all about efficiency. He has no bag. He only shoots threes and
like
zero
bag, but he is a dog. So has Ball Don't Stop ever talked about Tucker?
Yeah, I don't know. I would name search. I would imagine that he has at some
point.
Ball
Don't Stop thinks he would beat Landry Shamet in a one-on-one for sure.
Yeah.
Let's look up Ball Don't Stop PJ Tucker. Let's find out.
Ball Don't Stop. I guarantee you he said he's a dog and he thinks positively of him.
Mm-hmm.
I love Ball. The Nets have been like Ball Don't Stop admitting defeat because like they're like Ball Don't Stop personified and like they're a wreck. And he's like, okay, fine. Maybe you kind of need a system. And he's like, all right.
But they have a system now. Their preseason, their offense looked good.
Yeah.
Once they figured it out.
The reporters have been hyping up the Igor hire. for that, but I mean, I believe it till I see it for like.
Let's see it in the regular season when defenders care. That's fair, I think. Although the Ben Simmons floater experience, you will learn very quick that is not a good shot. I guarantee you.
No Ben Simmons shot is a good shot. He just has to I mean, I know he's not going to do this, and you're going to laugh at me, but he just has to pretend.
Do the short roll.
No, not what if he was Draymond?
That's insane.
When he dribbles, at least pretend you want to go to the rim. You know,
sure.
He just sat on Marcus Smart.
Yeah,
he's
what
just
the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was really weird.
What's going on?
It was a little. I mean, it's Smart's flopping.
Obviously. Embiid tried to do the Allen Iverson over Ty Lue step while Marcus Smart was still
that?
Standing.
And he fell on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
just walked over him.
Yeah. Ben Simmons is floater. I'm on his floater range statistics out of curiosity.
29% for his career, I believe.
Well,
okay, that actually was kind of dirty by Embiid.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was not a good. He almost fucking broke his arm, dude. That was not good, dude. I don't know what the fucking Embiid is thinking there.
It's the Celtics, right? It wasn't Embiid. Wasn't that a whole thing for years with Embiid? The Celtics get in his head.
I don't know.
When he was young.
Oh yeah, early in his career, yeah, for sure.
I mean, nobody cares about it anymore because he's so good.
That was a bad foul by Embiid, though.
They're definitely reviewing it for flagrant.
Yeah, that was definitely a flagrant, 100%.
That might be a flagrant too.
Yeah,
because it's very intentional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, duh. I just saw the replay where he tears his shoulder back.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. He's not going to get ejected for it, but that was.
Are you sure? Because the rules are weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
The rules are if it's a non-basketball play with the flagrant 2 stuff, and that was obvious. That was very much not a basketball play.
Yeah. Hold on. Someone said feels like the first double technicals of the season. I don't know about that.
No way. Embiid
Embiid was the one. Although, did Smart grab his ankles when he was?
I mean, Smart did a little bit after he fell, but no, I don't think does he. Oh no, he does. Yeah, Smart. There's a decent chance Smart gets a tech, but they'll give Embiid more.
Oh, Embiid just fell. He just slipped. He was like, "Oh."
Embiid is Buster Keaton of the NBA, just slipping and sliding all over the court.
Embiid's post game after the Nets Sixers, the big fight game. I think that was game 4. Was honestly I kind of that was when I started to love Joel because I mean I'm not going to do an Embiid impression because I'm not an idiot like fucking Jackie, but after the game he was asked about the Dudley fight and he's like, yeah, Dudley's a fucking nobody. I can't be getting ejected.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
and he just called another NBA player a nobody. After
I might have pulled up a Jared Dudley tweet on the stream before, but I need to pull up this classic Jared Dudley tweet. Hold on.
He's so cringe, Jared Dudley.
He's so cringe, dude.
But he's always talking about how he kept LeBron and AD in line.
Fake stats.
Hold on.
I'm anti-Jared Dudley. I just want to chime in.
Everyone is anti-Jared. Jared Dudley's a loser, dude. Hold on.
I think he's kind of funny.
It's
I think it's funny that a guy who looks like Elmer Fudd can be in the NBA for 12 years.
Oh, that's the wrong one. I just shared the photo that I posted.
Oh, that's
earlier.
a good one, too.
Yeah, very good
That's
one.
who deserves to go viral.
Hold on. Sharing screen, Chrome tab. It was this one, I believe. Yes. From now on, call me champ in all caps. That was from Jared Dudley after he won the finals as the 15th man on the Lakers and never played.
JR had a worse one because didn't JR had a tweet of don't let others do it for you, do it yourself. After it was a quote of somebody. And it was after that 2020 finals when he literally was not even on the fucking team until
did he even go to the bubble? I was gonna say
no. I think he only went to the bubble. I don't think he played on the team before the bubble.
That's fine.
I think it was when Avery Bradley opted out. That's when JR joined the team because Avery Bradley did not go to the bubble with the Lakers.
Yeah, that's correct. I believe you are right. J.R. Smith joined the team. So do we have any news here, Will? You're ahead of us, so can you let us know if
it looks like nobody got ejected. So
no one got. So what? We have a personal foul on Smart and a technical on Embiid. Hold on.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, let me know.
Wait, really? They didn't call any? Yeah, the Sixers somehow got a technical free throw, and I think that's it, which is wild.
I don't know.
So only Smart's ankle grab.
Embiid did have the ball, but his arm was hooked. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it was
Smart
just
getting
a check on Smart, and that's it.
I'm saying I'm a Sixers fan, and that definitely should have been a foul, at least on both teams. I would say what Embiid did was a lot more dangerous, for sure. But we move anyway. Anyway, this benefits us, and Harden made the free throw. So
go Sixers, go refs.
Good call by the refs there. Okay, the thing I wanted to bring up during halftime, but I forgot NBA halftime is so fast, was the Daryl Morey, Kevin O'Connor piece. Did anyone see those?
I read the whole
saw
thing.
The highlights.
I read the whole thing.
Parm, other than the highlights that I'm going to bring up in a second, was there anything that you wanted to talk about in that piece?
Thought it was really funny that one of the guys they got was Shane Battier.
They got Shane Battier to talk because that was the why, right?
It felt like there was honestly a dearth, a little bit of a dearth. They got Shane Battier, who
you know why though, right? Because Shane Battier was the guy
trade, and he's also the Team USA guy.
No, but hold on. There's the original article about Daryl Morey in the New York Times by Michael Lewis, the guy who wrote The Big Short and all that shit. He wrote about Morey. He wrote Moneyball too. He wrote about Morey, and after he traded the pick that was Rudy Gay for Shane Battier, and that was the analytical, and everyone hated Morey, but then Battier turned out to be a really key role player for the Rockets. I mean, Rudy Gay had a very
That's still a shitty trade. Rudy Gay rocked.
But awesome. Analytically, Battier was the better player. So that was the thing is who's better?
Yeah, the Battier move is always the big trade.
Is an incredible athlete by virtue of being able to just sell jerseys, being that good that he could sell jerseys.
Rudy Gay
with just
but every team that he left got better after he left.
Yeah,
that was the issue.
I remember
it's still a top jersey I want.
Yeah,
I got into I started getting into stats metric-y stuff when Gay got traded away from Memphis, and everybody was like,
and then they made to the conference finals
because they were a team that they weren't really a contender, but they were definitely trying to win, and they traded who people assumed was their best player.
Right.
That was that was a huge moment for the analytics community, and
then the Raptors, I'm pretty sure,
traded them and they got way better because that was the year they lost to the Nets in the next super team year.
Yeah.
So they were under 500, and then they traded Gay and went a crazy streak.
Yep. Yeah. So that's
not good.
Yeah. That was the issue with Rudy Gay, was that and also one of the most famous basketball quotes of all time, the basketball hell quote, was from Rudy Gay.
I never knew that was him until quite recently.
Yeah, when he said it to George Karl when he arrived. But we could talk about this Daryl Morey article, which was really funny. Hold on. Let me pull it up on the screen here. I have some quotes from the article. Oh no, I have hold on. Because Morey, so long story short, Morey gets profiled by The Ringer. Of course, they're going to do a little puff piece for Morey because that's Bill's boy. Present
for Daryl.
Yeah, hold on. So he basically, someone tweeted screenshots and was like, I like how all of this is a lot of work to avoid saying that Morey's just a rich piece of shit. Daryl Morey has always been someone who does things on his own way. Not just when it comes to using data to build NBA teams, but also when it comes to things away from the court, like cars. Like the time he was late for his flight and parked his rental car at the terminal, then tossed the keys to the baggage guy, gave him $50 to drive the car back to Hertz.
Can I, not to say that Daryl Morey is stealing bits, but this is literally a Louis C.K. joke as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't that, this sounded familiar.
Yeah, that is a Louis C.K. bit.
Oh, yeah, he was like, I just get out of the car, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to drive that anymore.
Yeah, like Daryl.
Oh, yeah, the Fighting Phils are up 1-0.
Let's go! What happened? Do we know?
Harper the Lexus one is
Harper Dinger?
I'm not going to deny that one.
Solo shot?
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's get it! basically everything about this Daryl Morey article is all like, another time he had to rush to the airport, so he called a team travel attendant to let them know he had left his bag at his hotel. I'm like, this guy just forgets everything everywhere. He's just
you can't leave off the Lexus one. The Lexus one's so goated.
Okay, so the Lexus one was the last one, I believe. Here, hold on. He got so many tickets. He would just park his car wherever in Houston. And he got so many tickets that his car got booted by the Houston police. And instead of just getting the boot removed, getting all figured out, paying the tickets, he negotiated getting a new car with the Lexus dealership and was like, I'm going to trade this car in, and then I'll buy a new one and I'll get a new one. And he was basically like, yeah, by the way, the car's booted and you have to go get it.
Yeah, that's sick.
He's just neurodivergent, dude. We need to give him a break.
Almost treating cars like they're disposable. I mean, like, he's also being a complete piece of shit.
It's actually seven dimensional chess. He's actually anti global warming. He's trying to abolish cars.
Shout out to Daryl. What a cool, insane person.
Daryl's
it's a good. I've heard Daryl at events. He's cool. Yeah.
Who?
Daryl's a good public. Daryl's a solid public speaker in terms of like at the nerd events. Like, he's an entertaining guy.
The difference between Daryl and Hinkie is that Daryl is like personable and puts himself out.
Exactly. It's literally Daryl's just ADHD Hinkie, basically.
Yeah, whereas Hinkie he's on his whole other level of insane statistics guy shit.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's why he could never work as a GM, because he doesn't have the Presty Morey, like, he can schmooze the media and be like, this is why. He doesn't have the snake oil salesman gene in him. He's just brash about it.
Hinkie would just be like, please shut the fuck up and let me treat these people like numbers.
He would be like, let him cook. He would be like, Howard Eskin, you are literally the dumbest person alive.
Didn't Hinkie want Porzingis over Okafor?
Apparently, okay, so I never know with Hinkie, because it seemed like you can't ever criticize anything Hinkie ever did without getting like thousands of psychos yelling at you.
I've seen it. And I'm as a pro Hinkie person, I have seen.
There's
like, a little Toronto Raptors fandom.
Yeah, like it's almost like the thing with Hinkie is like every time that we draft someone who is not, what happened? Why are you celebrating? Phillies?
Oh, almost went out, just didn't go out. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. The thing is that like Hinkie always came out later that Hinkie wanted the guy who was good.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that too.
Like a little bit. The only one that I know for sure, because this came out prior to the draft, was he wanted Brandon Ingram over Ben Simmons, but he got fired before the draft. And that came out like literally during the draft cycle, but like he had been fired for 3 months.
But that's weird, because I feel like
that was controversial.
Analytically, wouldn't have been like the obvious pick.
Correct. But think about it like this. Hinkie had drafted 3 straight centers, only one could shoot. And he was probably like, at some point we have to draft someone who has shooting potential. Like, we can't just keep drafting a center every time. Like, eventually, like, by that point they probably figured Embiid was, did Embiid play Hinkie's last year? Yeah, he did.
No,
he did.
No,
16,
he missed the 2.
No,
but you said he got fired before the Ben pick, which is the 16 draft.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, he never even got to play. Yeah, it was Colangelo. Yeah, fuck, damn, you're right. Shit.
By the way, speaking of that, he great Embiid quote from recently that I had missed. That Embiid quote where he was like, "Well, all the GMs have been really smart since I got here, except for one."
Yeah, that was so good. What if he was just like talking about Elton Brand?
Wasn't like Elton Brand was terrible. Like they had
he was not.
Like they had to fire him, but like be nice about it.
Yeah,
like right. Isn't he like an executive advisor or something?
Yeah,
GM.
Yeah.
But he's the GM the way like the Jazz have a GM that's not Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
And like the Heat have a GM.
Yeah. He's just like a figure.
Pat Riley.
It would be funny if he didn't mean Colangelo though.
It would be a lot funnier.
Is that not who he meant? Am I missing a bit?
No, he meant Colangelo.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm just making. Yeah, that's what I.
It would be funny if he was talking about someone else.
Yeah.
He was actually talking about Morey.
Like, if they win the title, Embiid will thank Hinkie after the parade.
Oh,
like,
100%. He'll invite Hinkie to the parade if they.
True. Hinkie will be on the bus, and the team will be like, "Why the fuck is he here?"
Yeah. Well, Morey is friends with him
he
too.
the only one left?
Yeah, 100%.
Charles the only one left, right?
Yeah, because Korkmaz is the second longest tenured, and he was drafted by Colangelo in the first.
Colangelo
left. Just because I was thinking about like the non public general managers, and this is. Do you guys know what the Heat GM looks like? Like the not Pat Riley GM?
No,
because I just sent it, and it makes a lot of sense why they've made Pat Riley the face of the organization. Because this guy's been their GM for like years and years and years with Pat Riley.
Hold on.
And it is like I understand
Andy
why they
Ellsberg?
want them up. Yeah, that sounds
this
right.
guy.
Yeah, that's been the Heat GM for all these years.
Oh wow. Yeah, well, we're not getting canceled putting Andy Ellsberg's face up there, but yeah.
Well, it's not like there's nothing cancelable about it. It's just an unfortunate looking fella.
I had no idea that they even had a shadow GM. I honestly thought it was.
Is this guy like 6'10"?
I'm so mad because Ty Jerome has been my pick for like the Heat bullshit guy off the street guy for like months, and I'm so pissed that he made the Warriors because
he's on the Warriors now.
Yeah, he made the team. They gave him like whatever the contract Watanabe with the Nets, like Exhibit 10, I think it is.
Well, the Warriors are just the more successful version of the Heat. Let's be honest.
Yes. Well, the Heat never had Steph Curry.
Yeah, and the movement shooting system.
Yeah. I'm very passionate about the Warriors are all Curry merchants. I'm like,
they are. Most of them are. I don't think.
I mean, like the front office and stuff.
Oh yeah. The whole team is
like the way they're like. I very much agree with your point about like how they're portrayed as geniuses, and they're just not like.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
Everyone on the team is a Curry merchant except for Draymond, who was actually the most important
getting rid of.
player on the team.
They won't be able to guard anyone. Merchant. Like it'll be like Looney is like a fine like rotation big, but like Draymond, their whole defense. Like I got these numbers up because I'm a calculator boy. Last year, from the beginning of the season until Draymond got hurt, they had the best defense in the NBA by a lot. And then really Draymond missed 2 months, and they were 16th in defense. And then from when Draymond came back to the end of the season, they were 3rd. Like their defense is not good without him.
Yeah,
like, it was a big sample size. Like they won't be able to make it work without him.
I think they're just going to end up bringing him back, and I think they'll trade Clay. I think that's really what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, that's what they should do.
They just got to send him somewhere nautical. He's got to be able to boat. He can't send the fucking Denver.
Orlando's like an hour from the beach.
Clay in Orlando would be perfect. Just let him be Ray Allen for 2 years, like old Ray Allen.
He can't dribble, though. That's the problem with Clay.
Neither could old Ray Allen.
Exactly.
Young Ray Allen could. Oh,
no, he's saying old Ray Allen.
Gotcha.
Like Miami Heat Ray Allen.
Just let Paolo get those assist numbers up before his extension. Like I don't see how
Franz,
that can go
Clay.
wrong for anyone.
They need shooting so badly. Like
they're would be massive though if they.
Oh, that would be so sick if you traded Clay for like Jonathan Isaac.
You literally just get one.
Jonathan Isaac and Wiseman with the Warriors media machine.
Let's go.
Well, that's the thing. That's the contrast, right? Because like you have the Warriors media machine, but then also Jonathan Isaac has an entire political.
Machine. Yeah,
I will say
it can be like San Francisco grifter content.
Is the key difference Isaac the one who got to meet the Pope?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Good for him. I want to meet the Pope.
He was a bouncer at a club in Argentina.
I'd give him a burned DVD copy of the Game 1 of the 2001 Finals, and I'd say that it's the closest I've ever felt to Christ.
It's pretty.
All right, Phillies are up, Sixers are down.
So it's 1-0 Phillies still.
Yeah, and I will say the thing with Isaac is like he's a piece of shit and never plays. But in the rare instances that he does play, unlike James Wiseman, he is good. Like
maybe
that's the thing with he's like his defense is pretty crazy. Like it might not ever be the same because he's been out so long, but like he genuinely was a good basketball player.
Okay,
Wiseman has never been a good basketball.
I know I just did this the other day in terms of his career games played, but he's only played 136 games in five seasons, which is bad, very bad. But my favorite Jonathan Isaac thing is that he didn't play the last 2 seasons due to this ACL injury, which no one really understands why. But he only played 34 games in the year before that.
He never plays.
So he has literally played 1 season in the NBA, basically. He played that 1 year, he played 75 games. And then
18, 19, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And he was good defensively that year, and he was showing some promise on offense. But, like,
a YouTuber I liked tweeted out after that season, before any of this crazy shit happened, like 2019, when he was just like an exciting young player. And he tweeted, like, there's a 1% chance that Jonathan Isaac is Giannis. We have definitely hit the not Giannis.
We can safe to say that Jonathan Isaac is not Giannis.
I think we can rule it out. And at this point, that
Scotty
was
Barnes, though.
Because I actually love Scotty Barnes, like the archetype, but like his fans ruin him for me. Like, he's a cool
there's a lot
player.
of young players like that.
We would never do that with Tyrese Maxey.
No, I can't imagine. Tyrese Maxey, who is he even playing in this game?
But it's like a bit. Like, you guys don't unironically think Maxey's gonna like win MVPs.
I do think he's Steph Curry 2.0, but yes.
Yeah, I do.
That's true.
But like, they're being completely sincere when they say he's a Giannis Kawhi hybrid. Like, that's 2 of the 30 best basketball players to ever live.
Also, defensively, he's just never going to be as good as those guys. Like, even if his offense ever got there, like, defensively, he's a little bit overrated. And by the way, I don't watch a ton of Raptors games, just everything I've heard.
You want to know how I know Scotty Barnes isn't as good as Scotty Barnes fans think he is?
Why's that?
I can think of one other guy alive named Scotty, and he's a better basketball player than Scotty Barnes.
Exactly.
Like, there's literally
Scotty Wilbekin.
There's 2 Scotties I can think of, and he's not even top one of those 2. Like,
okay.
Lakers legend Scottie Pippen Jr.
Harden did make a midi on drop coverage in the pick and roll, which progress, I guess. Sixers are still down 6, but
Tucker just like threw out of the ground, and I think they might have called a foul on Al. So
let's go. Good.
Yeah, because now fucking Vonleh is coming back, you know. Well, this is when the Sixers make their run.
They're just literally just gonna fucking get Al Horford out of here and win the game.
So this is how you beat the Celtics: is you just force Al Horford to foul you.
Yes. He's looking at the ref like, "Are you kidding me?"
Because like the drop off is so
bad.
You know that'll be that's what teams should do against the Nuggets too.
What does Horford have? 4 fouls?
Probably.
Yeah, they're probably.
There's no way he has 5. He wouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Damn, he really backed.
Yeah, he's got 4 fouls and he's a +12 in like
amazing
tight game. So like they're dominating in Horford minutes. That makes
yeah, makes total sense. All right,
yeah, I think
finally PJ made a corner 3.
I think if Horford and Rob are like normal health, they're easily
the Celtics are.
Yeah.
Like
I
will bring up your point that you said the other day, which was that
the
like
Bucks.
With every local media.
Oh, yeah. Trill said this about the Sixers, and like I've watched I've either like read or like watched previews from every contenders like their path for their team, and everybody says the same shit of, oh, we can make the finals, but we just have to avoid the Celtics because the Celtics are such a bad matchup for us. But every single fan base thinks the Celtics are just a bad matchup for them. So like the obvious conclusion there is just that the Celtics are the best team. Like,
yeah,
it's like big athletic wings who can do stuff is a bad matchup for every team. Like except like the Clippers,
especially in a playoff setting.
Like I guess the Clippers are like the one outlier. But I just think the Celtics at full gear are like very obviously the best team.
I disagree. I don't know. I really think the Sixers are better. Like, I think the Sixers have. If Harden looks better, I think the Sixers could be the better team between the 2.
I just don't trust the Sixers in the playoffs still. I think that I need to see it. Like
you're swarming Joel.
We've now exactly and until either we can figure out a counter to that, like our offense Like our defense has its weaknesses, but I think it will be better just due to the fact that we have better perimeter defenders, much better guys coming off the bench, especially. But like I don't know. I'm concerned in terms of the counters that we're gonna have come playoff time. Like it's honestly
about a Celtics matchup.
Yeah,
we're just honestly
you're not considering the zeitgeist.
What's that?
Of the people, you know, Boston sports on the way down. Red Sox, worst team, worse than the Baltimore fucking Orioles at Major League Baseball. That's amazing. Impossible. That's really fucking hard to do. Yeah. Worse. Bill Belichick.
Another Embiid turnover.
Yeah, like they can't get Joel Paul because they just have so much length.
In the NHL, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, Celtics are on the downtrend. Phils, NLCS, Eagles doing very well.
The Celtics are like going on a huge run as you're talking about the.
I know you're like the downturn of Boston sports.
Everything has a peak and then it goes down.
All their best players except for Al are like 24.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Nothing on the down. Like it's feasible that like Grant Williams is like instead of like a good 3-and-D guy becomes like a great 3-and-D guy. Like
exactly.
Like they have upside. Like
I mean,
if Jalen Brown can just dribble a little bit, GG. Like it's over.
Yeah.
The thing for me is that is Joel enough better than Tatum, and is Harden?
I don't think say that in a playoff better than Tatum at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say in a playoff setting, Tatum has performed better in the playoffs than Joel Embiid.
So you guys always Embiid's been bad in the playoffs.
Embiid has had some bad series in the playoffs. Tatum's had a handful of bad series, but some really good ones too. He like Tatum had a 40-point game in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. It's just a different game because of the fact that Embiid can't create from the perimeter, and if you can't create from the perimeter,
that Jason Tatum gets to play with good players, and Joel Embiid has to play with Benjamin Simmons.
I'm not saying that is not the important context, but as we're watching in this game, you can't run your offense through the post in the modern NBA, and if Embiid can't get the ball, then or if he does get the ball and he turns it over like 7 times like he has tonight, Embiid's looking like shit tonight. Like
this is what he's looked like in the play, like because he's just like very tunnel visioned. Yeah. Like it's a big issue.
In the last 2 years, it's been better, but the injuries like are real and they affect him too. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
I think that like
if Embiid.
No, if it happens again this year, like there's really no excuses. Like that's just kind of what it is.
I do think this is the last year they have to prove that. Like if they don't make the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm done believing that this team can ever win.
Can do anything. Yeah,
this is it for me.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that they can get there. I just don't. I think the Celtics are the best team in the East.
Yeah, I think I'm slightly lower on the Bucks. Like I feel like everybody's like everybody's saying it like it's a hot take that the Bucks are the favorite in the East. Like I think that's a pretty not universal, but like a very common take. They have like 6 NBA players, and 2 of them are already injured.
Yeah, that's my thing with the Bucks.
Like their depth is so bad. Like Drew, Middleton, Connaughton, Giannis, Brook, and then Portis is like your only good bet. Like who's their next best player? Like fucking Javon Carter. Like
they really their depth is really bad.
And like the Bucks fans have been saying online, like Brook looks so
pretty
old.
Good for them though.
Can he play in the Eastern Conference Finals like this year?
Can't shoot yet.
Yeah.
No. He was pretty good in the preseason though.
The Bucks are fascists about not playing non-shooters with Giannis. Like they were like they never do it.
Yeah.
And like I get, but like I just think the Bucks' margin for error is like 0. Like they can't have Brook age, which it looks like he has. And they can't have any, like, even like a small role player get hurt. Like if Pat Connaughton's hurt, they're like, fucked.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Pat Connaughton's out 3 weeks. What is
they still have Grayson?
Wings?
Grayson got a break. He couldn't play. He couldn't play in the playoffs. He killed the Bulls, which was like not a real playoff series.
Yeah, and then he got destroyed in the Celtics.
Yeah, the Celtics humiliated him.
Yeah, did Harden just drop Tatum and then almost?
Yeah, a little bit.
But he didn't.
But yeah, I think I would go Celtics, Bucks. No, Celtics, Sixers, Bucks, And then the Heat are just not winning 3 rounds. And like I'd probably put the Nets 4 in terms of like winning 3 rounds.
Yeah, I don't know. The Nets are the weirdest team to me. I still can't figure them out. I just want to see them play real games.
I know. And like I'm not bringing up my favorite player, but like he looks really good.
Who?
Claxton.
Oh, Claxton.
Like, I
thought you were going to say Ben Simmons.
No, he's not my favorite. No, like I've been like such like if like I believe to this day, like, you know how you have that bit like Sixers win the Hawks series if the Nets just played Claxton more in that Bucks series, like they win pretty easy. Like Blake was good for like a half against Giannis.
Yeah, he played really good defense at 1 half against Giannis.
And then everybody decided he was like a good Giannis defender. He was awful for most of the series.
Everyone, me included, was like Giannis has no bag. And how can you win a finals without a bag?
Like Claxton is like, I think, a very underrated defensive player. I think Claxton's like a special defensive player.
All right, we're gonna mute you.
But like,
what are the Sixers down 10?
It was 12. I think it's 10 or 11 right now.
God, Harden has dropped, as someone said in the comments, dropped Tatum and Smart tonight, which is very positive progress. But he missed
Harden
both
has 31 and 7. He's going off. And so is Tatum. So Tatum's winning MVP, because if he's good in October or November, then there's no stop.
What are Tatum's stats?
31 and 9 on 16 shots.
31 points? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the only
I told you he's not going to start slow again.
Yeah,
even though I said earlier.
Horford hasn't really done shit. Brogdon's been good. Derek White sucks as usual. And yeah, I think they're just really good. Like if they sign Derek Favors and he's better than whatever the fuck Vonleh and Griffin are, which he is, they're so good. I hate it so much, but like,
yeah,
they're just so elite on both ends, and like their margin for error is huge because like their defense is just so good. Like they can have awful shooting games and win.
I know. It's driving me nuts. But that's what I'm saying is like, I just struggle to see Embiid being the best player in a Celtics-Sixers series. And if that's the case, how do the Sixers win?
Yeah, there's no the
nature of Embiid's game is like, how does Embiid overcome a defense that is just insanely good and help defense, insanely good on the ball? Like, you basically just have to hope that one of their bigs gets injured. Like,
yeah, the way this game is going, it's gonna be like Embiid hate.
Tatum, of course. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, look, he's playing a bad game.
Tatum's been sensational. Mm-hmm. Harden's been sensational. Brown's been pretty good, and Embiid has sucked. So what's your boy doing? Like, I feel like
Maxey. Is he in foul trouble? He's like barely played.
Yeah, he's played 26 minutes. He has 9 points on 8 shots.
Yeah, I was good. He's like not getting any touches either. Very sad.
Yeah, I assume they're gonna stagger Harden and Maxey a lot.
And if Tatum hit that 3, I was about to call game. I mean, it's already 13 points, but you just got to hope for something here.
No, they still got a shot. Like, because the Celtics, like, the one flaw they have is like they'll randomly go cold on offense.
True, but
Embiid is not like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Brogdon helps with that though. That's the thing. Is like that was the point of the Brogdon acquisition.
Yeah, but Brogdon's not like. I don't know. He hasn't played he hasn't played real games in like 2 years.
Yeah, he just drew a foul.
I also think some of his like injury-prone allegations are a little bit the Pacers have been trying to lose on purpose. Like I've been saying this about Miles Turner,
but he's also been.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as people say. Like he averages like until the Pacers started tanking like 55, 60 games a year, not like 20.
He was always hurt on the Bucks too, though.
Like absolutely salacious accusation to say that the Pacers were wanting to tank. That's a team that has been so disgusted by the concept of tanking that they have been the eighth or ninth seed in the NBA for like 70 straight years.
Yeah, well, didn't you guys on a pod go through like how long it's been since they had a top 10 pick, and it was like
it was Paul George
so long ago.
No, Paul George. And
he was like
before
10,
Paul George, he was 10, and
it was
before that it was
Smith, right?
And 1988 or 1989.
Yeah, like that's so they hadn't been in the top 9 in over 30 years. Like,
Benedict Mathurin. Yeah. All right, Maxey has the ball. Fun. Amazing.
Mathurin is fun. He's super athletic and shoots a lot of threes.
He's going to be good. All right, let's see if Maxey can create literally anything here.
Cam Thomas would look fantastic in an Indiana Pacers jersey. Just saying.
You're disgusting.
He's a perfect tank commander because he's
That's a good point. Yeah,
he could be good, and he's still really young, and like he's fun. Like Terrence Ross is a good tank commander, but he's not fun. Like,
oh yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Terrence Ross is someone you watch and you just are like, why?
He's an effective tank commander, but
he's
not
he's an existential crisis tank commander. Where you're like,
yeah, he's like,
why am I wasting my time watching this basketball game? Like, I feel like with the Sixers right now, I'm having a meltdown.
I agree.
Oh boy, Maxey versus
I can
Blake.
with these comments.
I'm behind.
Why
so
are we in Nets propaganda hour?
Why are we that's our poverty
franchise?
We have not been doing. I stopped the
so much Nets respect. It's disgusting.
Where do we talk about Nets other than Nick Claxton?
I love Nick Claxton.
I side with the YouTube commenters.
Okay.
The world of YouTube commenters saying that any Nets respect is disgusting and disgraceful for the actions that they perpetrated in 2011.
Hey man, the Nets suck. Like the Barclays crowd is like the most depressing shit ever. It's like literally like 12 people chant. Nobody cares. Even at Game 7, like everybody around me.
You're not a real team.
Everybody around me at Game 7 was like, "Oh yeah, I just like basketball. You know, it's a Game 7, and the tickets were only like $100." And so, like, it's so depressing.
I was gonna say no one even really cares about the Nets.
No,
other than like the 4 Nets fans we have. Somehow we have more Nets fans that follow the podcast.
Propagandists that try to drum up fake support for the Nets fans.
We have to appease to the stockholders, the Patreon subscribers.
Big Bristol, Connecticut, inventing Nets fandom.
Nets fans are crisis actors.
They're 100%. The Nets fandom is a false flag operation.
Exactly.
That's 100% true.
I'm not moved by either of these teams. Who do you root for?
Yeah, this is
the
probably
Celtics
the
just
Eastern
made
Conference
the finals. Yeah, and the Sixers might also make it in the deepest East that we've ever seen.
Like gun to my head, this is my Eastern Conference.
I was gonna say it's either these two or the Bucks, probably. So I don't really know what team you're a fan of. Oh, you're a Bucks fan. Okay, there we go. All right, well, that's the one fan.
Okay, if the Sixers played the Bucks, Embiid guards Giannis, right? And they put like PJ on Brook or whatever, right?
No, they probably put PJ on Giannis, and they
want to say Bucks fan is a tacit endorsement of elder abuse.
Okay, you're a Bucks fan. You haven't added an NBA player to your roster in like 3 years.
Just want to say that you tacitly support the elder abuse of Brook Lopez.
Yeah, and Joey
on a beach in Cancun getting his pension, and yet the Bucks just want to beat his knees in a fucking.
They support elder abuse and they support landlords. Like the Bucks, awful vibes.
Disgraceful.
Pat Connaughton landlord nonsense.
That's a New Jersey legend right there.
I'm friends with Pat Connaughton's cousin. It's one of my lame NBA fact flex. Brook looks washed. It was really bad in the Nets game. Then I watched another game. Yeah, he's because Derek Favors is technically out of the league this second. He's the only New Jersey Net left.
It's true.
Because Favors was a Net for like 30 games.
Do you watch the NBA? Everyone's on steroids.
So he's saying he needs Brook to get traded to the Heat.
Every player in the NBA is on juice.
No, they're not. There's a couple that aren't.
There's a couple that aren't. There are like 6.
Like Trae Young, not juicing.
Oh no, Trae Young, I think juices. I just don't think it's hate. I don't think it's. I don't think it just. He just has like he's not a bulky guy.
No, he's so little though.
Because he has a little bit of like that Roger Clemens energy. You know what I'm talking about? Like Trae gives me a little Clemens energy in the playoffs.
What, like kind of a dick?
Yeah, like in a weird way, yeah.
Yes.
That was
doing Trae. Phillies watch. Bottom of the fifth.
It's still 1-0.
Up 1.
That's legend Zach Wheeler.
Fuck the Padres.
So does Gallo get a ring if Boston wins it all? Yeah, right?
No, because they're gonna trade him for Daniel Tice.
Just an annual tradition of trading.
Yeah, they're gonna trade him for like Daniel Tice and like Goga.
Oh, Farm,
then it's just Tice Town again.
Farm, you're a sicko who likes bad NBA players. So, I think the Marvin Bagley contract was like, other than the Beal one, like probably the worst contract of the offseason. Like Bagley.
Awesome.
Bagley got like
disrespect
awesome
to Parm.
Yeah, he's a great player.
No, he's like okay, but like except for Parm's nonsense, like he sucks.
No, he's fantastic. He was actually pretty good last year for them.
They gave him 3 years and more than the MLE. Like he's bad
because he was pretty good.
I would say Lonnie Walker, getting the full MLE, or no, he got the tax MLE.
He got the tax, and that's 1 year. Like if they gave him like 1 year and even like more than like 12 annually, like they give him like 150. Like it's the years. Like Daniel Tice getting $8 million a year is like a little too much. But the fact that he got 4 years is what.
There's no way. Are you watching Joe Mazzulla giving this interview? He just literally does not look like a guy who's an NBA coach. Like he's looks
really young.
Yeah, but he just looks like a guy. Like they're literally they just picked a guy out of the stands and they were like, "Hey, you're the coach of the team now."
All right. So basically, what you're saying is this, they should hire Bill Simmons' dad because he's probably at this game.
Exactly.
Marvin Bagley averages more steals than blocks, which is an insane statistic.
As a fake center.
That's because he's learning from Nerlens.
Nerlens is a stocks god, but he's a steals and blocks god.
He's learning.
True.
He's taking the Nerlens knowledge.
I hate any player who can only play power forward. Like they're considered like good stats, bad team guys for the most part. Like Collins,
Tobias Harris,
Randall. Tobias is like a little more perimeter-y, but I mean like John Collins, Randall, Sabonis.
He can
like
sometimes play the three,
Yeah. Like but same kind of idea. Right. He's like the least bad of the bunch.
Heard you hate Dirk Nowitzki.
Exactly. Exactly what I'm saying.
I was gonna tweet and say, should I say Maxey or Harden needs to take over here because one of my followers is not? Joel Embiid follows me on Twitter for the reference of this joke.
Humble brag.
It
kind of is a Maxey takeover though, at least in terms of like touching the ball.
Yeah, well, we need that.
Well, Harden's been like a god, so it should be Harden's on the bench probably, right? Yeah.
Does anyone remember the term OOMF? One of my followers. Do people still use that? What's that?
That's my oomphy right there.
I was gonna say. If I say that, will people know what that means? Or is that too outdated?
Despicable that you're bragging.
Yeah. So the Celtics have Tatum and Brown on the bench in the fourth quarter, and they just can't do that.
Yeah, I think that's a bad idea, but I also think that I think the Celtics need to learn from last year, and I don't think I don't know if they're my biggest thing with the Celtics is, and the reason why I picked them to be the 1 seed was because I don't think they have they're not capable of having an off switch, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because they're all defense guys.
Like they're just like, no, we're gonna try like it's the 7th game of the Eastern Conference Finals every single night. So
basically, they're tryhards who are preseason merchants.
Yes,
because the regular season is basically the preseason now.
Exactly. All right, Maxey finally gets going.
Yeah, Maxey's cooking a little bit, but they're all like they got a bailout shot by Grant there, but like their offense is Derek White. Like,
well, until that
kind of sucks.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I don't get the Derek White. Like, who would you rather have, Derek White or Bruce Brown? Like, I feel like it's pretty easily Bruce Brown.
Yeah, I don't really get the Derek White love either.
And Bruce Brown makes a third of the money. Derek White.
Was that an offensive foul? Oh my god.
Okay, they got Jalen back in the game, but also Noah Vonleh, so that kind of cancels out.
Yeah, not looking good for the Sixers. Down 9. I was so funny. I was like, I don't care if we win, and now I'm like, I'm gonna literally kill myself. Yeah.
So basically, if the Sixers don't have a comeback here, they'll have the worst record in the NBA, and then they'll win the lottery, and the Nets get Victor.
I forgot that we traded the unprotected first.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't even have the pick, right?
No, it's a super weird swap shenanigans. So like, if the Sixers by some miracle won the lottery, the Nets would give their own pick to Utah, and the Nets get the Sixers pick. Okay. Utah gets the worst of them.
Gotcha.
It's really complicated because it's not a straight 3-man. So it's stupid. But yeah, like if the Sixers somehow had a disaster season, when they're literally like the highest floor team in the East.
Oh, Embiid!
Joel disaster class, honestly.
This is the worst Joel game I've seen in so long. What the fuck is he even doing?
Joel,
he's been lazy with these fucking passes, dude.
He needs to go hard on defense, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because their defense.
What are you doing, Tyrese?
What'd they finish in defense last year? 11th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly was kind of surprised they finished that high.
Well, their defense is always really good when he's on the court, but it's just
I have always had the opinion the last couple of years Embiid has not been all
he hasn't
defense.
Tried on defense.
Yeah, he coasts a little bit, which I get. But I've gotten hate from Sixers fans on Twitter for being
it's very obvious.
He made first team all defense, and I'm like, yeah, but he kind of coasts 95% of the time.
Yeah, he doesn't really try as much as he used to.
Which was always
not as athletic as he was.
Yeah. That was always why I thought Jokic was MVP, was because.
Oh, shut up! All right, turn him off. Turn him off.
By the way,
thank you, Tyrese.
Schwarber's solo home run. It's
nice. 2-0 Phils.
Dude, Maxey is keeping the Sixers in this game.
The Schwarber.
Maxey's saving the Sixers again.
It's unbelievable. It's almost like we should have went to him earlier when we were trying to run our fucking offense like it was 1993.
They're scoring well. Look at the score. They just aren't stopping Boston.
Yeah, I know. Boston can't miss a fucking shot.
110, and there's 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
How far behind the line Maxey was for him when he took that three? He was a good 3 feet behind the 3 line.
Yeah.
That's new for him.
He's been trying that more often in preseason, end of last year too. Yeah, Sixers are cooked. Their offense is fine. It's the defense that
has been terrible.
Yeah, their defense has been miserable. Yeah, they're on 13. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
is Harden going to come back in?
Why is Joel just crushing guys?
Because it doesn't work against the Celtics because they're just going to double team on every possession and then Embiid turns the ball over. That's literally what's been happening all game.
But why does he have to do the Bowser down B on Noah Vonleh?
That's kind of what he just
what's up with that?
Come on, Embiid, you're better than this.
It's Noah Vonleh.
Yeah, dude, Noah Vonleh can't hang with the big boys. No shit. Noah Vonleh's not an NBA player. I really have no idea what he's doing in this game.
Well, it looks like he might be out of this game. So
is he very serious? I thought he just took an elbow to the face, which I know hurts crazy, but
I think that's all that happened.
Yeah, I know it hurts like hell, and I would probably be crying if I took an elbow from. Well, he kind of is crying, but I would say, yeah, it looks like he's staying in the game. He's fine. But I don't.
He gets him in the face with the elbow.
Have we seen Blake in the second half?
Oh, please give me something to live for here. Put in Blake or just keep playing Vonleh.
Sam Hauser.
Yeah, he's on his way. He's on his way to his show.
He's got a gig afterwards.
Gig tonight
at Boston.
Well, that's his deal with the Celtics. He only has to come in and do 5. He does spots.
If Embiid just slowly kills every player on the Celtics, yeah, just have Embiid truck Tatum and hope for.
They just have him live next to the stadium. So he just walk in, put his uniform on, check in.
Blake Griffin can only put. The reason why Blake Griffin was so bad in Detroit is that he can only play in cities where he does stand up.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, LA, Boston.
I wish there was more footage of Blake Griffin's stand up.
Same here.
Really awful.
I'm sure it's terrible. It's got to be.
I think his last Factory one is on YouTube.
It'd be funny if he was a Hedberg type, if he was a one-liners kind of guy.
Yeah, he was. Well, he loved. One of his favorite comedians was Norm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Surprisingly good taste. I figured Blake would like that Sebastian dude. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about? It's my friends and I say NPCs watch his stuff.
Sebastian Maniscalco?
Yeah, that guy.
The king of Atlantic City, New Jersey.
The amount we talk about Sebastian Maniscalco is literally insane.
He's really aggressively unfunny.
Yeah. Tell that to the Borgata. Tell that to the Borgata and the Trop and Caesar's Palace.
Hey, Park,
you're selling like hotcakes, baby.
I know.
He's a very bad comedian, but look, people love it. I'll be honest, Joel Embiid lost us this game tonight. He's been legitimately terrible.
Yeah, because they and especially forget just the turnovers. They need him to carry the defense, and the defense has been horrific all game.
Yeah, and he's not been he's just been bad. He's been really bad. He lost he lost us the game in the third quarter, and it was.
Have any of you guys been paying attention closely enough to like see Tucker's defense? Because like Tucker could eventually. You figure Tucker will become washed.
I've been saying I'm concerned about that if he could.
But like if that happens year one, you're effed.
Yeah, you're fucked with that deal. I mean, the reason why we hated the deal was like, why are you giving 3 years to a 37-year-old?
Yeah,
I have not watched Tucker's defense closely enough to really get.
You should have given him that NFL style Kevin Porter Jr. deal.
Yeah,
like he's bad. I didn't understand that contract at all.
Wait, he got one year.
Well, yeah, it's like a fake contract, but the fact that you would even think about giving him $80 million, like. He'll just like quit the team halfway through the year or something.
Yeah.
He's like if Kyrie was bad. Like that's what Kevin Porter Jr. is.
Not a great archetype of player.
Like he's like
what Kyrie was not good.
Yeah, like if Kyrie's all his like baggage, but then like
they've been giving a lot of those out though. That's the second one they gave out, right? Because they did the same thing with Fernando. They gave him a 4-year 40.
But that's like 40?
Something.
No way.
I think they give him I think it's like.
Who
it might be 4 for 20.
Bruno Fernando.
I think it's like
right?
5.
No, they gave him
like a minimum deal.
They gave him a 4-year minimum deal that was like
really?
1 year guaranteed. Yeah,
it's 4 years, $10 million total. It's like 2.5 a year.
I didn't even know. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's the Hinkie special.
It was like 4 years, 40.
Robert Covington, TJ McConnell, all those dudes. It's similar to that. There's like no guarantees on any of the years, but basically it's a bad contract for the player. But at the same time, Bruno Fernando probably wasn't going to be in the NBA that much longer. So
yeah, he was good at Maryland, but he's just like not NBA player.
All these guys getting contracts. No one wants to call Isaiah Thomas blackballed.
Have you seen those tweets of that guy? He keeps making that fake roster of like, of just the free agents. And then it's just like all the washed up Lakers. And he's like, this team would win like 40 games. And it's like Carmelo.
Ben Spinar? Yeah.
That guy.
D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, of course he does, because he's all about the hoopers. And he's like, this team would win like 40, and it's like, this would be the worst. This would be like the 2015 Sixers.
It would be that team. All right, let's bring up the Ben Spinar tweet, because I don't want to talk about the Sixers anymore. They're making me very angry. But
the worst team in the NBA, the Sixers, the favorites to give the Nets Victor Wembanyama.
Okay, you're lucky I didn't kick you off when you were talking about Nick Claxton. You're really pushing it right now. Hold on. Let's see. All right, so like Rondo, does he tweet about? Okay,
it's last year's Lakers. DeAndre Jordan's on there.
It's literally. Hold on, let me bring up this tweet. This is such a good tweet, dude. I just have to be. I'm very upset over the Sixers. By the way, I did not think I would be this upset over the first game.
You can laugh at the Lakers right after as a nice.
Oh, thank God. They could have a team in Seattle tomorrow.
Lakers.
This is why Dennis Schroeder is still a free agent. Dennis Schroeder, Avery Bradley, Carmelo Anthony, Montrezl Harrell, who is now on the Sixers, Dwight Howard. By the way, the best player on this team is Carmelo Anthony or Montrezl Harrell, right?
Yeah, definitely Montrez. And then
Rajon Rondo, Blake Griffin, Dennis Smith Jr., DeMarcus, Tristan Thompson, Lance Stevenson. All of those players suck.
And our Lakers. Like, pretty much all of them were on the Lakers in the last 2 years.
Yeah, recently. Exactly. Yeah.
I was surprised Michael
Smith
Beasley
Jr. right now, like, going to play a ton of minutes for the Hornets.
Is he at? Well, yeah, but
that
also
would be
because they're sitting LaMelo.
Are they going to tank?
Commander,
yeah, I was going to say.
Genius. Yeah. Give PJ Washington to the Brooklyn Nets.
But I will say, from a process standpoint, I've liked what I've seen on offense from Tobias. I've not really paid attention to his defense, but I would imagine it's not very good since we can't fucking stop anything or anyone.
Can
they think we signed all these defensive guys?
Can they put fucking Horford back in the game?
He's at least shooting threes without hesitation. I mean,
Tobias was so good when I went to the Nets Sixers playoff games. One of them, Ben and Tobias, were like
he shot 5 for 5 one game in the
Ben had like a 30-point triple double, and it was like they're probably better without Embiid, honestly, because it was the game Joel missed.
Yeah, but they also lost game 1 without Joel.
No, Joel played. He just played like shit. I remember that game.
Remember that
he kept shooting threes. He shot like 8 threes in the first quarter. And I was like, what are you? And Jared Allen was still like rail thin at that point. And I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this game's over. Sixers lose.
Did they just give an ovation to Noah Vonleh? They're better off playing Luke Cornett because he at least spaces the floor. It's the same awful defense, but you get the shooting.
Oh my God. I'm gonna kill myself on opening night. Let's go. All right, YouTube, don't flag that that was a joke.
I think they're more concerned about the 9/11 stuff. Although that's happened a bunch.
You can joke about 9/11 on here. It's fine. You literally in the monetization section, it says if you talk about 9/11, you can. It's one of the examples of things.
They pay you extra.
Things you can do or cannot do.
You can do as long as you just you're not doing deep dive conspiracy stuff. I think.
Hey, my dad was a World Trade Center employee. He's fucking your faces.
No, he's what?
He's completely fine.
Oh, good.
But it's actually kind of so my brother's first day at a new school. So my mom walked him to school. And then
there was something so wonderfully whimsical about how you started. You were just like, it was my brother's first day.
It was a nice Tuesday in September. But my mom wasn't working because I was 11 months old. And so my dad had to stay home with me because my mom walked my brother to school, so my dad wasn't there.
Wow. I did not expect
that. Wild.
Yeah, that is
it's a happy ending, I suppose. I mean,
he only came in to see Sam because he wanted to see Sam rub it in our face.
Oh, he just heard the 9/11 discussion and assumed Sam was involved.
No, Sam had connection issues. Joel Embiid with the worst game of all time. Great.
Sam had connection issues. Why are we talking about his freaking Tinder account? Am I right?
Oh, folks! Things are not going well on Hinge. No.
Fucking not his ass.
Yeah, no, I'm literally gonna throw up all over the microphone, and I just want to fast forward to the end of this game so I can literally just watch the Lakers get crushed real quick.
So are they starting Russ? Have they announced the starting lineup?
Patrick Beverley said Russ will not be coming off the bench. So
and LeBron James, Anthony Davis. It's a weird loading graphic.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is starting tonight for the Lakers. Let's go. And then who's the pack that?
Let's go.
And then
they're
starting Lonnie Walker.
Who has more MVPs, Russell Westbrook or Anthony Davis? I'm just curious between the two
or
of them.
Kawhi Leonard,
former MVP.
I want to make sure this is still true because I always used to say this fact. Kawhi, I believe, does not have a 50-point game. And I used to say that Karis LeVert was better than Kawhi because Karis LeVert has scored 50 points.
Wait, Kawhi has never scored 50 points in his career?
He might have very recently.
I think he did in the playoffs once.
His career high in the regular season is only 45 versus the Jazz on New Year's Day, 2019.
He definitely had at least that many points against the Sixers in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he had 40-something in the playoffs. Career high points playoffs. I'm on our favorite.
It's also 45.
I don't think any player has ever wanted to win basketball games more than Russell Westbrook. I think Russell Westbrook would gnaw his own arm off 127 hours style to win an NBA Finals. And I don't think a lot of players would do that.
That's what Russ about. He wants to win more than anyone. He's just completely incapable of doing what he needs.
I've been saying for 6 months, shouldn't Russ just go the Marbury route and win an MVP and try
he wants it so bad.
Because people I was mocked for suggesting that. I'm what he's not going to be a role player. Does he really want to go?
If he got bought out, another league. Though.
If he got bought out, I think the Wizards might actually think about it. They're the only team I could see thinking signing. Nobody would sign. A bad
Thunder
team
need him. The Thunder need him, and still a winning culture.
Presti in the ultimate tank job would just give Russ the homecoming and hype it up his back.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Russ in China would rock the more that I think.
Yeah, it would be so sick.
No, yeah, but Russ doing the Marbury thing would be awesome. He'd average 40,
though.
20, and 20.
He should go to Italy.
I don't know the foreign leagues well enough to.
Because imagine Russ playing in Italy because he could do the fashion stuff too.
That's true.
Italy League Russ would be a problem.
Yeah. Just let Russ go to another country and absolutely
AC Milan, Russ.
Russ should play for Ukraine to bring solidarity to the nation.
Wouldn't it be funny if Russ applied to play for another country internationally and like be the god of that team in the Olympics? Imagine how hard he'd go versus the U.S. Because he played for the U.S.
Barry
team at some
Larkin's
point,
son
right?
does that.
That's what Joel Embiid's doing.
Yeah.
Playing for France, fucking sissy ass country.
Dude, the Victor Embiid Gobert is gonna be pretty the nerds are gonna like orgasm.
I am putting money on France to win the next Olympics.
Oh,
All
we
right.
have that trio.
All right, we're gonna do overreactions to game 1. Whoever gets the first pick, we need to trade them Joel Embiid for Victor Wembanyama. I'll trade them Harden and Embiid for Victor Wembanyama.
I
free
think
me from this hell that is the Sixers.
No, but like genuinely, like not doing a bit. Like, do you think the team, would you think about that trade asset ranking thing? Like, you don't know what your team situation is. Would you trade? What would you rather have, Embiid or the first pick?
Wembanyama.
I think I'd go Victor.
Wembanyama might be the best prospect since LeBron. Like, if he stays healthy,
the only ones that are slam dunk no's for me are Luka and Giannis, and then Tatum. I'd like to think about it, and then that's it for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to say because you just never know about, like, we know Tatum's really good, really young, and doesn't get hurt. Like,
yeah, I think Tatum. I probably wouldn't do it. I think that those three.
What about Jokic? He doesn't get hurt either.
But like, I think the whole Jokic defense at like the highest level, like I think
Do you think that's a real thing? Are you Nate Duncan pilled? Nate Duncan was the first guy that said like it's just never gonna work.
I think like they never like if there's like they could have a playoff run one year where they just don't run into that type of team.
Sure.
Like the Warriors will always kill him.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
You have to like. And it's just like you're just banking on there not being that kind of team. And like when they played in the conference finals, Donovan Mitchell scored like 50 points, like 3 times.
That's true.
It's so stupid. Yeah. And like who'd they play in the second round? Yeah, the Clippers, who don't really have that kind of those guards. Like they're more like a wing.
The comments are speaking the truth, man.
What are they saying?
The comments are saying that this is a Nets podcast and you hate Joel Embiid.
I'm a Nets
podcast. First off.
That's a dagger.
I've talked more positively about the Celtics than the Nets tonight. Let's just get that clear.
Celtics pod.
Yeah, that's why Sam has been brain poisoning me by coming on the podcast.
It's turn.
I told you I'm doomer pilled when it comes to the Celtics this year.
Is Turn back doing his own pod? Did I hear that correctly on the last episode?
Yes, he will be coming back with his own podcast.
He messages me like, I mean, I love Turn. He's messaged me like a couple of times, like, Will, you got to make a pod so I can be on it. He's like, I don't want to do any work.
He has his
I just
own
want to go on
podcast.
your
Turn
pod.
the Tables is coming back. Yeah. Okay. So we're done here. Please. All right. So what are the Phillies doing? I don't care about the
Phillies are winning. Zach Wheeler
is winning.
Top of the 7th. It's already the top of the 7th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Phillies are just tearing through the Padres. They're not letting them get on base.
So do you guys know Manny Machado is MAGA?
It's Major League Baseball, dude.
Yeah, they're also
there's like 2 guys that have normal. Like political.
I don't follow baseball. I don't know anything about anyone in baseball. Yeah. Literally anyone.
They're all MAGA except one guy who used to play for the Nationals.
No, now there's 2. Now there's 2. Now they have a Braves Bernie guy.
So but like
there's Sean Doolittle and Spencer.
There's a communist who used to play for the Nationals, and every city he's in, he posts a picture of a local leftist bookstore that he goes to.
I'm pretty sure I'm the biggest baseball here. And like the way in the NBA, it's noteworthy if somebody is like not left leaning. In baseball, it's the opposite. Like it's very noteworthy if somebody is. Like it's a very different cultural.
Player
like
on the Sixers is a Mormon. On the Phillies is a Mormon. Like there's not a Mormon in the NBA. I mean, I'm sure
Muto's a Mormon. Or is Harper? I don't know who you think. Ram Muto's their best player.
Well, they're both. He's also.
I would have thought you would have had a little more sadness for. Wait, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Brandon Davies on BYU.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that was with Jimmer when they were going to win the national title, and he had to admit to BYU that he had sex, and then they kicked him out of the March Madness.
He played for the Sixers at one point too.
Yeah,
that's insanity.
All right, are we seeing this right here?
Manny Machado on the screen. I know Mariano Rivera is mad.
Oh, well, for what it's worth, also, Let's Go Brandon has been reclaimed by the left. So
no, but Let's Go Brandon. He was not doing irony. Let's just say that much.
He's not a dark Brandon guy.
He's not. He's not like. He's not listening to Chapo.
Not like. Did you see that Tucker clip?
Which one?
The one where Tucker was like, "What do the leftists think over at Chapo Trap House?"
He mentioned Trapo Trap House.
He did this. Like, what do they think over at Chapo Trap House?
Oh my god,
so good.
That's amazing.
So Tucker.
Enough about Tatum. Enough. Seriously, I'm gonna mute your mic if you say more positive things about Tatum.
Like,
I'm aware.
You
guys could have had him. We could have had him too.
Like. Okay, but like,
all right, the game's over. Can we fast forward to the fucking next game?
Instead of Tatum, you guys.
This is not a bid. I'm going to mute you if you don't stop.
Sorry, we're talking about American.
I'm literally furious right now. Sorry, say that again.
We're talking about American hero Tucker Carlson right now. So.
Yeah, he's literally.
Have you guys ever watched his Dancing with the Stars clips? They're pretty hilarious.
Tucker
he was on
Carlson was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, like years ago. It's as bad as you would possibly hope for. It's like a bunch of. It's like
now turning it on.
It's like a woman dancer who's like an actual professional dancer, and then Tucker Carlson. And it's literally like she dances while he like sits in a chair, and then like 80% of the way through, he stands up and does like the worst dancing you've ever seen. It's pretty fantastic. I would recommend anyone to watch it on YouTube.
I can't imagine fascist with the stars, baby. I can't believe I'm just so annoyed with Embiid after this game, dude.
I don't get why he just did like a cool turnaround dunk.
Think about the bright side. We are about to watch Lonnie Walker start for a team that thinks it's a.
Is he starting, Lonnie Walker?
Yes. Lonnie Walker and Ross are both starting. Like, let's look on the bright side.
I mean, Lonnie Walker is probably what, fourth best player on the team.
Like fifth, no, probably fifth.
I think Juan Toscano Anderson's probably better than him, right?
Well, no,
Toscano Anderson can't shoot.
It's
Lonnie Walker can't do anything. I feel like Toscano Anderson, like he had like okay, like I know I shat on the Warriors earlier, but like he's got the Warriors stuff where like he like makes the correct play.
Sure.
Whereas like Lonnie Walker like doesn't have. So like Walker has nothing besides like physical gifts. Whereas
finally decided to turn it on down 13 with a minute left.
I'm just trying to think of like who the best players on the Lakers are because it's LeBron number 1, Russ number 2, number 3, Lonnie Walker 4, AD 5.
Clearly,
I unironically am surprised they haven't brought Melo back. You think he doesn't want? Like, think he wants to go to a better team? Like he was pretty real season. Like Melo was playable for that. Like of all those old guys, like he was the only one who didn't totally suck.
I will say I've always been an AD hater, but now that he's never healthy and already looks like he's starting to get old, I'm like, I feel really vindicated that AD is never going to win an MVP. Like,
he was never even really an MVP candidate.
Can we talk about
he never won 50 games except with LeBron.
So they did the NBA on TNT promo before this game. In case you were curious, I don't know if you watched the commercial.
Okay.
Who was the first player featured?
Anthony Davis.
Give you each one guess. I'll give you each one.
Is it an all-star?
Yeah.
Like a current level all-star.
Yeah, current all-star.
Is it Darius?
You would think this would be a player that is a front runner for MVP. You would think they're a front runner to win the NBA
not
Finals.
In these games, right?
No, definitely not.
Well, give it a guess. Give it a guess.
I'll say Bradley Beal.
Nope.
Sabonis.
Nope.
Lonnie Walker.
None other than this year's Western Conference Finals MVP, Karl Anthony Towns.
Well,
none other.
They wanted to show off how much weight he lost.
That is the weirdest player ever.
We're gonna cancel.
He's on a King of Queens episode.
Tucker Carlson was on
Really?
a late
Wait,
King
what?
of Queens episode.
All right, can you DM me the episode? Because I am a King of Queens enthusiast. Like, I am a King of Queens
I
studier.
don't think I've
So
ever seen an episode
Please
of
send
King of
that to
Queens.
me immediately if you know the episode.
The one that had Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, it's Patton Oswalt and Kevin James.
Kevin James is like a UPS driver or something,
Oswalt
right?
doesn't move.
Wait, what?
There's an entire scene of a King of Queens episode.
Oh yeah, where he doesn't move. He's just standing in the back, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Patton
Like
Oswalt
the party episode?
like a statue for the entire scene. It's so good.
Someone in the comments said I hated free speech, so I blocked them for 5 minutes.
Yeah, what the?
I think that's actually Peter.
It says Pete, and I was like, "Who's Pete?"
From previous streams, Peter. I
a lot of streams.
I didn't know that that feature actually worked, but it does work. So yes, I do hate free speech.
I mean, you put me in timeout like 4 times for speaking the truth. So.
But you're on the stream; it's different, and you're not speaking the truth. You're spreading propaganda on my podcast, my stream. Hold on. So have we gotten confirmation on who the Lakers are starting here?
It's LeBron, AD, Russ, Walker, and Pat Bev.
Okay, so before the game starts, anything we want to talk about here? Do we want to talk about the fact that Thomas Bryant and Dennis Schroeder are out? Also, do we read the Victor Oladipo thing? Have we heard about this, folks?
No.
Victor Oladipo has like a degenerative knee issue, apparently.
I saw
an interview. He was like very sad about his knee.
The guy who, do you know who published the article, Parm?
No.
Barry Jackson, the guy who was like, yeah, no, the Dolphins are great. The Dolphins did nothing wrong. During the Tua stuff, like when he got 2 concussions in 5 days.
Are you guys seeing the cast of characters at this Warriors Sony? Pretty weird island of toys.
Hold on one
Like
second.
the only 2 players we've seen from the modern era are Mo Spates and Zaza. Okay, Sean Livingston makes a lot of sense. Like he was like a huge part. But they had Mo Spates there, like.
Mo Spates, first of all, Mo Spates was a great Warrior.
8-6er too.
Very true.
Was he really a great Warrior? Wasn't he on the 17 team that like couldn't have lost if they tried?
Yes, but he was also an amazing vibes guy at the time. Like it was hard to not.
It was like he and David West doing the same shit where they were just like, I want to guarantee
buckets. He hit like a huge shot. Like he hit like a cool turnaround shot in one of those series.
I still can't believe they won.
That was
like,
a really big era for guys named Mo. You know?
Yo, shout out to my prom date named Mo.
Mo Harkless. Mo Wagner.
More recently, Chris Vernon did a how could you be Mo Harkless thing on the mismatch like within the last year, and I was like, you're really referencing how could you be Mo Harkless from when the Sixers drafted Mo Harkless like 10 years ago?
St. John's legend, Mo Harkless.
No longer has me blocked on my new account.
You have a new account? Let's go.
Free to harass Chris Vernon all the time.
You guys get blocked by so many people. Like I don't know anyone who has blocked me.
I disagreed with Chris Vernon's take on Kyrie 5 years ago, and I might have called him a dumb fuck degenerate on Twitter.
He is,
and he was probably right about Kyrie.
Yeah, he turned out to be right.
The biggest Ja stan. Like I know obviously he just stands anybody plays for Memphis, but I'm pretty sure he said he'd rather have Ja than Luka recently.
He thinks Ja's a top 5 player.
Yeah, like I think he said Ja's better than Kawhi. Like he really has gone completely. Sam's talked about how awesome the mismatch is enough times. Like I very much support the. It's just KOC talking about not famous players, and then Vernon just like they all suck. They're irrelevant, and they just rinse repeat.
The funniest thing was the guy that he like zoned in on sucking last year was Otto Porter Jr., who actually turned out to be a pretty important player.
He was supposed to be a net each of the last 2 years.
Okay, enough about the Nets. But he basically was like in the preseason, he was like, "He stinks." The whole preseason. Hey, this guy stinks. He's not going to do anything. And then he had like a bounce back year, and he was actually
like basically
for them in the playoffs.
If you were bad when your team played in Memphis, you suck. Like he still thinks Halliburton is like mediocre because he had like he had like a blah game in Memphis like 2 years ago, and like he always brings up the Sabonis trade and is like, I can't do a quality Vernon impression, but he's like, and then everybody acted like they traded Michael Jordan, and it's just Tyrese Halliburton. Like he's a
Tyrese Halliburton's better than Sabonis and will have a better career.
Yeah, he's better. He's better right now. Sabonis.
Howdy, partner. It's me, Chris Vernon. And
hi there, Chris Vernon, who's from like New York State, I believe.
No, he's from Missouri. I looked it up recently.
Well,
you know where he should be from? Where I
Okay, Vernon did an article that was supposed to be annual about the can't miss draft prospects and had Marvin Bagley one. He did, but he also had. I know Parham doesn't see an issue with that.
Yeah, I don't.
Bagley and Wiseman are this like they gotta stop drafting that guy in the top 3. Like if they're not good, don't draft them that high. Like draft the athlete upside guy like 19th.
How is Chris Vernon supposed to know that this is the year Coach K finally gets Alzheimer's? Who is supposed to fucking make that call?
That's a good take.
He isn't privy to the medical information.
No, but he went to a zone. He went to a zone to hide Bagley's awful defense, which I thought was like a decent. Like it's not like he left them out to dry. I remember that being my take at the draft. I was a Bagley hater, and I was really high on Wendell. I thought Wendell would be the next Horford, which was a kind of common thought.
Well, Wendell's good now.
But Wendell is clearly better than Bagley, so I was right about that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm really
I think
high on Wendell.
might be a little bit high on Wendell. He's kind of a nerd favorite, but I saw people.
He's a great defender, and he can. It looks like he can shoot.
He's good. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's like 24 right now, right?
To interrupt briefly, I might need to bow out for the night. This might be the end of my time on
Spurs up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much longer I can. I want to see the Lakers suck, but
I want to see the Lakers suck too. But I don't know what time this game's actually going to start.
Yeah. So. Does anybody in the comments know what time it actually starts?
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's not going to start for another 20 minutes because we have to suck off the Warriors, then unfortunately I will probably have to bow out as well. My cat is pulling my computer down, so I feed them because it's normally the time I feed them. So might have to clock out here, gentlemen.
That's reasonable. I can't endure that. I saw a lot of winning today, and I don't want to watch the Lakers and have that sully my evening.
Yes. All right. Fair enough. Prayers out. Yeah. It's 20. Yeah, it's going to be 20 minutes. Absolutely not. Gotta go. Peace.
Yeah.
See you, Chief.